Hey, now it works.
Yeah, because maybe you. This is the thing, because you can't use that Unison plugin because you're
Ah, that's it. Motherfuckers.
live on your console.
Even kijken. Let's see this guy. Die bedoelt control panel.
Yeah.
Plugins.
En dan gewoon configuration bovenin.
Let's see.
System info.
Where?
System info.
Wait, here.
And then there's an update. Where do you log into your user?
Yeah, but I do have all the, authorized for all devices.
Okay, then maybe you're using a plugin that you didn't have authorized.
Oh, no, it was the Avalon. I thought it was nice. Maybe, I don't know.
You don't have the
I'll find a different one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Jordi Span is already here. Kan je mij horen, Jordi? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jordi? Let's see. Even kijken. Hey Loik,
Hey Camille,
hoor je mij?
ik hoor jou. Hoor jij mij?
Helemaal top. Ja, ik hoor jou ook. Helemaal top.
Leuk man.
Leuk dat je er bent.
Vind ik ook. Waar zit je?
Ik zit in de studio hier op Ibiza. Helemaal
Vet.
chill.
Een soort houten hok.
Het is een soort houten hok. Nee, het is echt een mooi studiootje wel hoor.
Cool man.
Oh, kijk, wacht, ik moet even een ander cameraatje pakken. 1 second, because it's all going to shit. Even kijken hoor, hier video. Video should be this guy. This guy. And how to hook. Hij doet het niet. What's up with my screen, man? Let's see, this guy needs to be plugged in. Plug into. Oh. Plug into that guy. He's getting busy.
Huh?
It's getting busy. Okay, 1 sec. See if I can switch this camera. Ja.
Hoort iemand mij?
Horen jullie mij?
Ja.
Goedenavond.
Hoor je mij?
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, holy shit.
Hoor je mij?
Voice is coming in.
Yes, we hear you.
Nachtegaal?
Yeah. Jordi, I hear you.
Ja, top.
Ja.
Great. I'm gonna mute everybody. And if you want to speak, just unmute for a bit, but I think it's better for hey, Stone. Yeah,
Hey,
it's gonna be
Camille.
crowded.
Yo.
We're saving the planet.
Doet mijn geluid het?
Ja. Was dat Adonis?
Oh, Kevin. Je
Ja.
geluid doet het grap.
Kijk, Wesley is
Is mijn haar wel goed?
Hé,
What's up,
Robert.
guys? Wesley Roberts in the house.
Is lekker
Is mijn
pik.
haar wel goed?
Okay, hartstikke. There we go.
Ja, goedenavond.
Goedenavond. All right, let's see. How can I mute everybody? Where's my Zoom stuff? Participants.
Is mijn haar goed, Camille?
Who's that? Oh yeah, Jordi. Of course. I'm gonna mute you now. All right. So, okay, that's great. So we have a lot of people. Gezellig. There's gonna be more though. Let's wait a bit longer. I hope everybody has the. Oh, Yvonne van Hattem joining us exercise. All right. 1 moment, guys. We're gonna start in a bit.
Un momento.
Un momento, por favor.
Je leert het toch?
Zeker. What you do when you live in a different country. Let's see. Here we go. Whoop. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Who's in? Participants. Rob made it also. Yes. Sure Tone. Safe Planet. Who is Safe Planet? Is that me? No. Oh,
Dat
that's
is je paswoord.
yeah. I think it's Jordi called himself Safe Planet. Dalal is here. Nice. Great. Where's Tamara?
Have a nice meal.
Annemarie is here too. Yay. Frederik Haag is here. Nice.
Gezellig.
Very gezellig.
Hoe is het Wes?
Lekker grap. Long time no see.
Lang time, ja.
Ja, man.
Where's my video, by the way? What's going on?
I don't have video from you, Camille.
Yeah. Oh wait. Let me start video.
Yes, there you are.
There we go.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't see it was off. So great you're all here. It's so nice. Everybody here. The Lulz in our studio. Nice. Kuwait in the house. Great. So you're all ready for some music making, eh? Super nice. Great. So lots of Dutchies. That's cool. Let me check.
Only Dutchies?
Dutchies.
Lots of Dutchies. Yeah. Let me check on the list if somebody's if everybody can enter. Okay. Mike. Yeah. Leslie. Yeah. Maxime. Where's Van der? Where's Andres? Andres is not here yet. We have Sjoerd. Sjoerd not here yet. Oh ja, Sjoerd's here. Yeah, Sjoerd, waar ben jij? Ik zie jou niet. Where's Sjoerd? Oh ja, there you are. Hey Sjoerd. Je bent er. Okay.
Net als school, altijd laatkomers.
Ja. Gabriel is not here. Annemarie is here. Did you already have news, Annemarie? Did you win? Oh, doesn't hear me. Jelmer Bouwman, where are you? Oh yeah, there he is. Yeah, yes. And Aga, where's Aga? He's not here. Hey, Tamara's here. Hi. Max is here. Super nice. This is like I'm gonna make a screenshot of this. This is like the best class I've had till now. I like it. You know, I did a lot of free classes, but hey, Johan, you're here. Yes. Are you joining the remix contest?
I am. Yes.
Okay, I'm doing a remix contest with Lessons in Life and Ableton User Group Amsterdam. So if you guys want to make a remix of Rob Hess for Pursuit recordings, you can join the remix contest. The stems are in the Lessons in Life or the Ableton User Group Amsterdam. So feel free to join this this remix contest. Big prizes, an advanced course with Lessons in Life. Second prize is a free Ableton Live suite, and the first prize, of course, a release on Pursuit. And I'm going to do way more because there's way more guys coming. So I'm going to ask Josh Butler to do a remix contest for Origins. Happy Campers, of course, is going to do a remix contest, and I'm working on Piff to get them online to do the same. So, guys, lots of stuff happening. Gabriel is coming. See, everybody's coming at some point. Then we were just waiting for Toon is here. Christoph Henning should join. Johan, Vincent, yep, Rob, yep, Tamara. All right, so then we have everybody, I think. So just.
Waarom heet Jordi nou Safe Planet?
Sorry?
Jordi, die heet Safe Planet.
Jordi hates Safe Planet. Yeah, I don't know why he called himself Safe Planet, but I think I know. I have a hunch because we're saving the planet. So I have quite a lot of money raised now, and I'm also doing like for the courses now. 5% of the money is going to the planet, and it's a girl I met here on Ibiza, and her name is Hannah, and She lives here with her girlfriend, and she's amazing. And she went single-handedly to all the farmers in Brazil, to their doors, and told them, "I have a great idea to make sure that you're not going to sell your land for soya, and that we're going to plant trees only, and we're going to make you be more efficient in growing your food." And this is what she did, and she went to all the parties involved and actually made quite a nice plan for this, and she's winning prizes with this concept. And it's a concept that I can be sure that something good is happening with the money that I raise, instead of giving it to the the WWF. With all respect, and they probably do a lot of stuff, but they have big CEOs that take all the money. So it's nice to do it to a smaller organization and make sure something really happens. So great. Okay. Well, good you're all here. I really like it that you're all here. And I hope to inspire you today. So thank you for supporting me and supporting the planet. And I hope today you're gonna learn some stuff. I'm just gonna go make some music, and we can just make it a fun experience, for everybody. I always try to make it fun at least. And I'm just gonna make some music. I don't know what I'm making. I don't have any. I don't have any plan. I just want to show you how it's going to go down. I'm just going to go out there and see whatever comes out, which should be the normal way of working when you're going to make some music. And if you have any questions along the way, please raise your hand or use the chat. I'll try to be on top of it. If I miss a lot of questions, please let me know, because I'm trying to manage this and that. So that's cool. So let me start by sharing my screen. Here you go. Share computer sound also. Bloop. Okay. If everybody's in. Great. Close this. Okay, so I'm sharing the wrong screen here. Let's see. This guy. Right? What do you now see? Do you see Ableton?
Uh,
Do you guys see Ableton now, or
Oh,
Nope.
no? Okay, you see my masterclass production process. All right. Share. And then desktop. Oh, desktop 2. This guy.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, there it is.
I can have the chat on there as well, so I see the chat. Great. Well, welcome to my Ableton session. And I can have you down here. Oh, I can still have you on my screen as well. There you are. This is great. See, I can also drag you on here. Do you see yourself now on the screen also, or not?
Yeah, I see it.
There you all are. This is what I see. This is great. I'm gonna put you in here to make a screenshot. Now make a screenshot of my other screen. Okay. So let's make some music. So first of all, when I make music, I like to have a few of these channels already ready. I have this as sort of as a template. I'm gonna save this one now as like a new file. So let me go to my documents, Ableton 2020, 2022, and there's a lot of stuff here that I made in 2020_2. I'm gonna call this production masterclass. And always when you save something, you might want to do a collect all and save. But I say this in all my classes as well, right? So everybody usually know this. But always do collect and all save. Whatever you do, collect all and save. So that's pretty handy to do, because it will save all your samples and stuff inside of this folder that you're creating. But I like to work with a template. So I have a kick, I have a bass with a Diva. I'm really into Diva these days. It's a great synth. This guy, and I put some presets in there as well. So if you go to, I put some favorites in there, and I would advise you to do this with every synth that you have, basically, just to go through them. And you see that every patch that you see here is a patch that I've once made, that I've once used. So if I play, I kind of like it. It's like, oh, let's right click it and mark it as favorite. And if you do this with all your sounds, you will upgrade your workflow, because every time you make music and you have to go to all these nasty sounds, that you don't like, it's gonna fuck up your workflow. So it's nice to do this. So I've got one bank with pads. I've got a bank with some cool basses that I like. Ooh, really nice bass. basses that I like. There's also this nice sub in here. Deep spank. Anyway, so this is pretty cool. It's for bass, and I have to go through more of them, to fill them up. But the same I did for my native instruments. So if I go to native instruments and chuck one on there, it's really nice to have, for instance, your FM8 here. And every time I open up these plugins, I'll just go check out my favorites and see, and fill them up with some more stuff. Harp, pretty cool. There's all these sounds that I kind of like, that I've had found in the past. So now every sound that I get is something that I'd like to make music with. So make sure to set your sounds. Also, I have sample wise. If I go to my library here, I have like nice house grooves or good packs that I really like. I like the slow motion packs, for instance. So I'll just make like a pack where I can have. I don't know if this is too loud for you. For me, it's super loud. Let me make it a bit softer. This is like. These are good starting points for me to start making music. So I like to have all these favorite things already set up. So if I'm gonna make music, everything I hit is like it's nice, it's ready to go. So yeah, use that a lot, so yeah, lots of stuff. Also, I have a lot of loops. I like to use loops as well. So I've got a bunch of head loops here, which I really like to use, and they're coming from different sample packs. So I went through some sample packs on a good day that I wasn't inspired, and I just saved all these into these folders. I got some conga loops. Really nice, and some clap loops, all different ones. But at least claps that I thought, I can do something with this. When I'm making music, there's some kick loops, there's some shakers, not really unimportant. So most of those are really, for me, already like, okay, I can do something with this. Some top loops, there's some music loops. I'm trying to fill everything up. Some things I like that I can slice up. Some guitar. Maybe I want to make some hip hoppy stuff with some guitars, or I don't know. Music loops, all this stuff is all inside of this part, and then you got dub and D pads. I like atmospheric loops; these are really cool. These are big. These are from Deep Chord and Hyperspace. Really great artists for if you want to make some more deeper stuff. It's really great. Some pack that you're like, wow, I can use all. So yes, that's great. So we can use this. Then on the drum sides, I have here just a 909 kick. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this today because I want to make a bit more melodic stuff than just making a 909 house. But this is like a sample of like a 909 kit, just the basic 909 kick from Ableton, but it's tweaked to my liking. I have like this kick is going to a redux and a warm tube and a utility and a drum bus, and it's been tuned. The rim shot, everything, like most of the stuff has something on there. So or a saturator or something else. So this drum kit sounds way more pumpy than the standard 909. And then I just right clicked it and save as default preset, or you can just click on the save button here and it will go into your user library and you can save it as your own rack. I also have a kick rack, which I might want to like use now. This is a kick rack, but I have more kick racks here in my drum racks. And I really advise you to start building your own racks, because your own drum kit will make you sound like yourself. If you're looking for a consistent sound, build your own drum racks. That really works. Yeah, Stuart says the Max for Live DS kick plugin. All the DS plugins from Max for Live are pretty cool. These separate sounds. These are really analog sounds, a bit more modular sounding. These are great to use as well. I'm more like a sample guy. I do know how to make kicks with operator and stuff, and I do that also in the class. And I think it's very valuable if you know this. But it's nice to to just use great samples and save those over the year. So I have some kicks here also. Some kicks that I've stolen over time, from tracks that I bought. But these are really, really nice. So I'm gonna start one of these, I think. Oh, samples are missing. Why is that? That's new. I must have moved something. Never move your samples. Yeah, love in combination with other ropes like 909. The session is being recorded, yeah. So I'm gonna record this session. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, just like my lessons, and send you a private link. But I do need all your email addresses that you use for YouTube. So when you log into YouTube and you watch stuff, that email address I need in order for you to watch it. Because this one I'm not gonna put it on unlisted. It's gonna be really dedicated only to your email address then. So make sure to send me that. So. Yeah, well, I've got loads of different drum racks. I've got hi-hat racks, which I have here, so I can just start making music. Let me just use the not this one, maybe the Todd kick. Pretty cool. Let's try this kick. It's I don't always start with a kick. I don't know if you always start with a kick. I like this one. I don't always start with a kick, but it's usually pretty chill to start with a kick and a pad. It's slower today, and maybe a nice pad would work. I like to work with a cool, beautiful pad, and this is amazing. So frequency, just go dream synths. There's so many nice ones here, like this beauty pad. Pretty easy. What I like to do is just play one chord, and what's nice to use is these MIDI effects, and I have made this minor 7th chord. Most of the music we make is minor, so if you play one note, it plays now a minor 7th chord. Just by using this chord effect from Ableton. So it's a minor 7th, so it uses, if you play one note like a C, you will play 3 semitones up, which is 1, 2, 3. It's the D sharp, so it actually takes the 7th is a 7 semitones is a 5th, and 10 semitones is a 7th, so therefore it's called the minor 7th. So it plays the 7th of the scale, the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th, and it's pretty nice. Let's see what key this kick is in. I don't know. I like to always check that before I start, so I know which key I'm in. Just play around like this is option 1. You just check it like this. It looks like we're in a sort of A sharp. We can also take the tuner out, the tuner response, like sort of A. So let's go into our kick there, and go to control. Say, okay, let's detune this guy out. There. Now it's sort of A, right? And this should also be A. It says, you can't really see it. So if you take auto off here, auto, and change the range, you can really check it out. Say, okay, it's here. This says A sharp. It's weird because this says it's A. So what to believe? Well, I'll go for A, and if it sounds weird, we know that we can go to A sharp. So we call this a kick.
Ableton is a little too loud.
Sorry?
Ableton is a little bit too loud. I can't hear your voice.
Okay. So it's better? Okay. Good to know. Or maybe bump up my voice a bit.
It's like a sidechain.
Is it like a sidechain, yeah?
Yeah, it sounds like a sidechain anyway.
Okay, and how's it now? Is it better like this?
Yeah, it's already better.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah.
Keep me posted. If there's any problem with sound,
Yes.
let me know, because it's quite important that you can actually hear me. Okay, so yeah, what I said, the one said it was an A sharp, and the tuner said it was an A. I'm just going to go for A, and we're going to choose A minor, because A minor is easy. Also, I'm just going to ram around like things that I always use and say to people. Pianoscales.org, piano minor scales. It's great, If you're not really into music theory, there's this one solution which you can do, play only black keys. If you play only black keys, everything is in key. You can never go wrong. And anybody knows why that is?
Nope.
That's great. Makes me feel really wise. It's a pentatonic scale. So if you go on this website, let me show you. Now you see the website, right? pianoscales.org. You see all the minor scales, and you see that A minor is all the white keys going from A to A. But if you go to pentatonic scales, you'll see here the pentatonic scales. And the pentatonic scale, if you see D sharp, it's only the black keys. Therefore, playing with black keys, if you're ever at a party and there's a piano and you want to impress somebody, just play the black keys and hold down the pedal of the piano. It will sound amazing. And if you apply the right rhythm, you know, you look like a pro. So playing only black keys helps, and otherwise just play the pentatonic scales. Because you can play all the notes and it's always going to be in key. So it's a really nice way to start making music, you know, especially if you don't know yet how music theory works and you do want to have everything in key. Use pentatonic minor scales, which are great. So that's cool. All right, let's play here. Play a minor 7th chord. So let's play an A. Nice. We're gonna play A and E. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It didn't really work because you know the let's say minor 7s on C and D that I played are not really in the scale of A, so it might cause us some. And so I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to play an A minor to an E minor, which really works. A to E. And now we have something to play with. And you know, if you say like maybe it's cool, but I don't want to have like this progression yet, I can just keep A and have it go all the time, which is just a nice little flow going on under the track. So what I like to do is take an auto filter and put it on top of this pad and make it go a bit more like this, you know, and we can use the LFO for it. So if we open the LFO, start to open and close, right? And with the rate, we can determine how fast that goes. So in order to create a bit of movement, I'm just going to have this go like this. So now without doing anything, it's closing the filter and it's opening the filter slowly. So now I have a kick going on with a pad and it's constantly moving, right? It's pretty chill going on.
Camille, still your voice is a bit low on the music is a bit too loud still.
Too loud. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let me put it softer. So is it better like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
We gotta find the right balance. You guys over here. Okay, so we have this. Let's add some height. Yeah. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Right? If I say something that you say, hey, I don't know. Where's the chat? Oh yeah. Can you put the red circle around your mouse? Yes, of course. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Max for Life Shaper is also nice for movement, definitely. Let's see. Do you have yeah, you see the circle?
Yes.
Super. Okie dokie. Let's add some hats, you know. So I've got loads of hats. I've got the drum kit here. This is the same drum kit which has been tweaked already. Not sure. Should be. Anyway, let's try this. I've got I love the 909. It's always my go-to type of yeah, sounds, you know. I'm a house hat. But it's also cool to try other stuff though. It's also nice to use other stuff, but this works really, really nice for me. I use some velocity changes, so we have a bit of like going on. We can actually add a little bit of swing, but we can also use the groove pool here. I think it's nice to use a bit of the groove pool. Let's take this one, drag it in here. Too much. With this timing, you can actually have the groove really heavy, or just a bit of. That's nice. And to create more movement, let's call this. Give some names here. I can go to the controls, and I can take off, and this has already been done. I have an LFO slightly on the pitch and on the filter, so it's constantly like sort of changing. You can hear it go up a bit. To have it move, you can just add more filter. You can hear it go up and down. This will create lots of movement, which is pretty interesting. Let's add a clap as well. And a cool thing is also if you just like certain sounds, you can go to your samples here, which you've already selected. You can go to your loops. I can say, oh, I want to have some clap loops. You know, there's lots of clap loops here. Just play. Too loud. I like to try out these type of things. A bit more of a short guy. Pretty cool. Add that in. I don't use Loop Cloud or Splice. No, I've saved so many samples over the years, and I would suggest you also to just take a pack that you really like and try to incorporate this and use this in your productions, you know, and not buy too much, because at some point it's really overwhelming having too much samples, I think. And it's nice to just create little sections of them, just get a few loops that you like and add them to your library that you can use those. And even though Splice is pretty cool, but I have the feeling everybody's on Splice, so I feel that actually the old samples, you know, from back in the day are less used. So if you find these, you sound maybe a bit more original, you know. That's a cool thing to consider. So I have way more. Let's see. This guy's nice. And also another option which you can always do is, of course, right click it and say slice to new MIDI track, and use this. You can do like a transient, say build in, and then it will actually give you the option to do it MIDI yourself. So you can say, all right, this is clap, 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 make it yellow, because my clap's always yellow. Yeah, color schemes really important. Give yourself the same color scheme every time, so every track you open is really handy to see that it's always the same. So let's take these claps away, and just we can now add our own clap basically. Here we go. Now I can actually say put a 1/16. Chat super. Somebody has the TV on. Maybe you want to go on mute for a bit, or stop your TV to know who's watching something. Can I mute people? Thanks. All right, so let's put a clap here as well. I like this clap. There's another thing. Yeah, my students probably know, but I have a lot of return channels, right? I have the small verb, the medium verb, big verb, delay 1/4, delay 1/8, delay 1/12, delay 1/16, crazy chain, and here's another crazy chain that recently got born. And it's nice to use all these sends because I have them there, and they're just a bunch of effects. And if I open the clap to C, it goes to a big verb, so I can while outplay making music, send it to reverb channel or delay channel, and have fun with it. Crazy chain. That's pretty cool. And also on my master, there is this master filter, which I turn on with the Q. With the Q, it goes on and off. So I can actually sort of like perform while I'm making music, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's add an open hi-hat. Let's add one of these head racks because here I've got only 909, so I really want to have a heads rack. So go to my user library, my drum racks, and then I have here my NPC heads, which are pretty cool. And layering heads is super nice. Layering is really handy. So here we go. Here. A really nice thin one. And let's duplicate. Let's change the velocity on the second one here. Let's see. There's some questions. Yeah, the sample CDs from the 1990s. Yeah, I've used it. A lot of them were corrupt in the download, Rob. But what's on the Crazy channel? The Crazy Chain has a beat repeat, which is pretty cool. It's this beat repeat, and you can do the most crazy stuff with it. And it's variations every time is really different. Play it. It's great. That's the Crazy Chain. It's the beat repeat. Check out the beat repeat. It's very funky and it will give you a lot of cool stuff. It's being used a lot in the minimal era when minimal was really big, but it's still nice to use it every now and then. Yeah, the Akai. Yeah, it's also nice. These instruments from Akai. Yeah, really cool. Okay, let's add some hi-hat. Close this Crazy Chain. Yeah, we can also already add some reverb. You know, you hear that adding this reverb adds already some kind of depth. So without reverb, it's super dry. So having this small or medium or big verb can really help in creating some kind of sound state already. Maybe that doesn't have any reverb because most of these divas, this has chorus and a reverb already on the device itself. So this is pretty cool. We have this going on. Let's add some more hi-hats. Duplicate the channel and just move these hi-hats around and find a nice layer. This guy. Layer. And you can tap one a bit left, a bit right. It works, you know. And I really recommend having hi-hats layered because then you have more of depth in your hi-hat. It's more layered. There you go. And I like to group all of these guys. So put them in quarantine together, just like us humans. Command G, and then we go to the group and we say, "Hey guys, you're the Hetson High." Right. Great. Is it still followable?
Yes.
Great. Good to hear. Yes, zegt ze Rob. Great. Okay, so we have the hi-hats going on. We have a clap going on. Percussion. Yeah, we could. What I found a really nice spec. By the way, if you haven't done so, let's close the groove pool here. On the left side, you have your packs. I keep saying this to people, but if you have Ableton Suite, you get a lot of packs. I have them all. I'm sorry that I have to make you jealous, but I have all the packs on the Ableton. It's like having native instruments and all the expansion packs. Well, I have all the Ableton expansion packs because during quarantine, Ableton was so kind to give this to all the certified trainers. But there are, I think, if you look in your Ableton Suite, there must be 22 packs that you can install. There's great Max for Live devices. There's great samples in there. There's a lot of free stuff going on, you know, and I think it's very valuable. And also, you know, concerning sample packs, I found some amazing stuff in here, which I installed it like last week or 2 weeks ago, and there's lots of cool stuff, and some stuff comes with devices, some stuff comes with samples, and some stuff comes with samples and devices, which is great. Great pianos, drums. Here's even pan drum. Let's see if I have this. Was this? Oh, nice. If you want to go hand pan, And I found this really nice djembe thing. Where's my djembe? Yeah, they'll also everything you add here is going to be installed in your drums. So I found this djembe ensemble. This is great. Let's try some of this. Mad Zack drums. Yeah, is that a great pack? I haven't tried it yet. So, but that's it. You know, these packs are really great, and most of them are free. You know, a lot of them are free. So you know, here. Nice. This gem is also really good. So let's So this is maybe a bit tough. I have a bit of latency. What we can do, we can just do it like this, or of course the old trick that I showed in my tutorials, the arpeggiator one. I think most of you guys have watched my tutorials, right? So you've probably seen this one, this arpeggiator in front of a drum rack, which is ridiculous.
I thought what you played in with latency and all sounded good anyway.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, yeah. This is pretty cool. Wow, this happened. Well, let's try also another clip, because now I can actually say, okay, I can make it to 116 on the arpeggiator. Now I'm like a djembe guy. You know, if you want to see my fingers, what they're doing, like this. Can you see it? So this is what I'm just doing. So this is pretty cool. And what we can do, let me put myself back in the, hey. So what we can do is change, now the distance is 12. So it goes up by, if I take steps up, it goes up by, let's say 12 here. But there's nothing there. You see here, there's nothing there. So it jumps to nothing. But if I take the steps down to, let's say, 2 semitone or 1 semitone, it goes up. And if I take more steps, it's really great. And now you can actually, now I'm really like I'm a pro jammer, pro djembe guy. So I can actually go to MIDI effects and take a velocity guy and put like a out low. So what's the maximum low output, maximum high output, and add some randomness. So now it's sometimes going to be louder. So it's going to be softer and louder. And maybe I don't want to make it so fast. I can do 112. Let's see. The cool thing is you can just jam something and then take out the bits that you really like, you know. So and let's try it out. You know, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And we can do a 1/8, yes. And yeah, the gate will make it shorter. It will actually shorten all the sound. But doesn't really work on this because it doesn't really work. Oh, I like this one. Let's try this guy. I like this one. Let's go for this, guys. Pretty chill. This djembe guy. Also, be really creative with your names. Just call it the djembe guy, whatever you feel it's coming up, however the sound feels, give it that name. Djembe guy, crazy goblin guy. I have all kinds of weird names for my sounds. It's got to be fun, right? Okay, so we have this. Okay, here we go. Now add some more hi-hats into the mix. Also, we can maybe add some shakers. Let's go to my samples 2020. Go to the shaker loops. Shaka, a really nice plugin for shakers. I've never heard of it. Shaka. Let's Google that. Shaka. That's cool. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Let's check this out. Oh. Shaka. VST. Skaka. Is that it? Yeah. Skaka. Ah, yeah, you sit there. Yeah. Also nice for percussion clicks. Great. Is it free or not?
No, it's not free. It's cheap though. But
Cool idea. Cool idea. Okay.
that's amazing, amazing. I was looking for it for a long time, and then finally he created a really natural shaker plugin.
Yeah, nice. And is it using white noise or so? Like,
No, it's all sampled, multi-sampled, round-robin shakers and all kinds of shaking percussions.
interesting. Thanks for the tip. Okay, guys, get Skaka. And also, I like the name Skaka.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so we have this. Let's add a bass because it's time for a bass line, right? Let's see what we have.
Yes, please.
Maybe not that one. Ooh, I like it. I think I've used it one before. This is great with like some sequencer stuff. Yeah, also if you download all the Max for Live stuff, you get all these sequencers with it as well. Which are pretty cool. Mono sequencer is great. The Rosser, I can really advise you the Rosser. Been playing around with it for a bit, but not much yet. This is great stuff. You can you can also set the key. So you should say I want to have like a harmonic minor, maybe an A. And then maybe like exactly delete some of the group. Can make like a nice. Oh. Very nice. I love this stuff. Let's try and play around with it. Yeah, you can also have the notes and the octaves go different lengths. You can make polyrhythms with it, which is pretty cool. Maybe we can also make a polyrhythm next to it as a bit. It'll be cool. Let's try. Let's make a polyrhythm with the mono sequencer because I know that one better. And maybe we can use an operator. Oh, and maybe we can have this. Then this should also be like a minor. Where are you? Like this, and then we can put it zip, make like this, and we can put this on A. This is like an E, and maybe D. This is nice, and maybe an octave lower. Sync it. Yeah, well, you want to sync it. So here, transport sync. So it's always running. And we should also put this on 3. Why not? So maybe have the octave also, or maybe octave like that's always different. If you put it on 5 or 7 or 9, so just make this short. Make the Maybe add some saw wave as well. There we go. Why not? Add some reverb. Hey. Pretty cool. Let's see. Building the right MIDI and audio chain is a bit like modern. That's how I see I building a chain and turn the knob so you can add it. Yeah. You know, I like to use it with the roser, you know, and the monosync. It's really nice. I don't want to play the don't want to press the random button on the roser because it gets too much strange stuff, and it doesn't follow the harmonic then, right? Or does it do that? Sure. Does it do that? Okay. I'm gonna do it. Let's see. Where's the oh, here's the random one on the notes. There you go. Yeah, but then it's out of tune. You know? Now it's like now it's all fucked up. So let's delete this guy. I don't like to, you know, I like to go out of you know, to go out of scale on it, but then I like to make my own melodies, you know, and if I do too much random, I don't know. Yeah, some people find it a really nice starting point, but I kind of like to know what I'm doing, you know. So let's keep it on the like sequencer. Let's try browser. I really like the tune I had. Let's try it. So if I put it on let's see, because I think you can also put it on pentatonic, which is always easy, but then you don't know if it's pentatonic major or minor actually. So let's say we take a melodic minor. Is it Aeolian actually? See, I'm not the best sound, how do you call it, key person. Aeolian is minor, so I have to go here and say I want to have an Aeolian, and then I'm really into Diva these days. I really want to know more about it. You can even like detune the whole oscillator if you really want to go crazy. So okay, let's see. So we have a bass line here. You can also record on an audio track if you're like, you know, I want to record these. You don't know what you're doing. You know, I don't know what notes it's playing, so I can make a new MIDI track next to the bass and say, hey, it's getting the MIDI from bass, and I put it on in, and I can record and say, okay, the notes of the bass are being recorded onto this MIDI. That's pretty cool, right? So it's pretty on a D and an A only, like, you know, cool. So I can also say, hey, no, I want it like an E. And then put this here. Delete this guy. Hi. Well, no, it's the same thing, but I just used the MIDI that it was generating. So I call it bass and put it here. So my bass is always brown, and my kick and bass are always in a group. These are kick and bass, so that's nice. And now we have the kick and bass together, which is cool. And this guy is also like. So delete it. And this sound can be a bit bigger. We can also add another wave, saw wave. And then maybe we can detune it a bit slightly, you know. let's get everybody down. Oh, my master is down anyway. Where was the mono sequencer? Oh no, it's in Max for Life, says Max. That's great, Max. Yeah, it's in Max for Life. I think it's in the Max for Life Essentials pack, which is great. I would definitely suggest you to go in here. And the DS ones, I think Stuart said it right. The DS ones are great. You know, these are really cool. We can maybe use a snare. Let's try a snare from the DS group. Let's drag it in. You know, that's okay. Okay. We have a bit. So let's quantize this because I was out of control. Command Shift U. There we go. Take it down for a bit. Quantize. You all know quantize, right?
Yes, yes.
Great. So I played it in without any velocity. So if you hold Command, you can actually click on the note and then move it with your finger. Like this. And then this one is softer, and the other one is louder. You duplicate this. Hold Shift, duplicate. Also, these shakers, they can go left and right. I think let's take an auto pen and make these go left and right, just to create a bit more together with the heads. What is this? Is this not really a bass? More like a harp. Harp goes there. Music part. These guys are all going to be rupees. Spread it out. Cool. So we already have something going on. It's nice to have something going on at least. Drums are yellow, leads are pink or purple. Yeah, for me it's also the music is purple always. Yeah. Yeah, leads. My lead should also be something like I don't know, like a weird color like this maybe. I like my for like kick and bass is red and brown. Drums are always blue, with the hats always being green, and the percussive doesn't really matter. It's just my claps in there, my snares in there, and all the other percussion. Great. So we have this. Maybe it's nice to also check out some loops, to fill out some more. Usually I just chuck it full of the Tanzbar kicks, by the way. great. But sometimes it's nice just to go to some loops and see whatever you can add. I've got percussion loops, and maybe you want to use some digital. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Sounds well. Yeah, that was great. That's this whole, I don't know, this whole pack. I don't know where I got it. Amazing sounds. I should make a drum rack with it actually. 3-pack from WA. Ooh, this clap also. Ooh, this clap is nice. Let's chuck a few in this one. Let's see if we can. I like this more than the other clip. Need to connect the changes. How's it going? Do you have any questions?
Oh, really fine. No questions here.
Great. So let me just connect this for a bit. This can go here, I think. This is the power. This can go here. Okay. Put this in here. Yeah, oh yeah, the rim shot. Yeah, good shout. Try the rim shot, yes. Now we have a push. Great. So I'm also going to be showing you map 8. It's going to be great for when I start rendering this thing. Rim shot. Okay, let's create a, here's the question. So let's delete the core kit. Bye. And we add a drum rack. And we go back to our samples. And we take, I need a rim shot. Hey, diggy diggy. You know that?
Erika Badu.
Erika Badu, right? Yeah. Now again, we need to make some, make it like, maybe it's softer on the clap because the clap's already loud. This one can be louder. Yeah, I think this is it. Duplicate this guy. Come on, guys, to the right. Yeah, and then here we make an extra one because it's free. You know, here we go. Yeah, it's also layered under the clap now, of course, because it's on the 2 and the 4. don't really like the leads from the Diva though. I've been trying to find leads in Diva, but it's not. Oh, it's already there. But it's not really my presets for leads. I don't find it really appealing. Yeah, I don't have the zebra. I should maybe get it. This sounds nice. Nice. No, Diva's great for lead, by the way. Gotta love push. Who has able to push? Let me take some water. I know Tomato has a push.
Jordi ook.
Oh yeah, Stuart has one. Rob has one. Gabriel has one. We are so blessed. Oh yeah, Serum of Pigments is also nice. Yeah, definitely. Serum is great also.
Wavetable, #1.
Wavetable is also great. You know, actually every synth is great as long as you know how to operate it, you know. If you start using a synth, just pick one and learn it, like we did in class, Johan. I think which was the synth you picked? Didn't you use Serum?
With operator.
Operator, yeah.
Yeah, what was?
It's great. It's a great tool. So if you want to learn more about synthesizers, just make sure to use one synth and create a whole track with it. You know, it's one of my exercises during the advanced course, and it's really nice. You know, because if you learn one synth, you will learn them all, or at least you know
your CPU is amazing, man. That it's not going that high with all the viewers and all the VSPs on it.
Yeah, if I use Diva, it's going to be crazy, you know. But with things like Operator or Wavetable, you can reach similar results. You know, it's just you have to know how many voices you put together and where to put everything, because you know these you know, also most people think that Ableton and Wavetable are not sounding. Operator and Wavetable don't sound as good or analog, but they do, but they don't have effects on them. So if you take a preset, there's no delay and that sort of stuff behind it. So if you put like some chorus, some reverb, some delay, then the patch will sound way better, you know. But many people
just know how to build your chain.
Yeah, you need to know how to add your sounds to it, because you know it's really nice having all these, and of course these presets are great, you know, and you can easily get to a certain point, but everybody gets these presets. So I'm getting now the childhood, you know. Sounds a bit like X-Files, but you know, probably lots of people used this before, but you can tweak it a bit, you know, you can open the attack. Would be nice. You can change you can say I want to have more of a. Ooh. That's nice. I like it. Yeah, it's pentatonic scale.
Zo'n trapnummer kunnen worden.
Yeah, it's like. That's like Enigma. Something like this. I don't know how it went. Cool. Okay. You have to season the sound. Needs a bit of pepper and salt. Definitely. That's always what you want to do. Yeah, like you see here on this one has a played reverb and a played reverb. Usually, you know, they can put like some chorus behind it. Chorus is always nice. Also to make the feedback. Nice for a break. Create some special stuff. Okay, let me try something out. register, because this is already, like, this is around A3, and this will be around A4. So that's great, and we're an octave up from the pad. And you want to like separate your sounds in octaves, because if you're going to play each sound in the same octave, it's going to be very crowded in your frequency range. So it sounds better to have this up high, because as you notice, I haven't used any EQ yet. I want it to sound good raw, with all the sounds just going. So I don't want to like EQ everything straight away. This is just the way I work. Of course, you can start EQing and doing all that stuff, but I like to EQ later on, just to upgrade. So all the sounds together need to be well sounding together before I start EQing stuff, So let's try this.
Camille, did you use?
Yeah.
Did you use analog synthesizers or only the plugins? These.
Like if I also use analog synthesizer sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, I have like a Nordlead and a Novation base station, but they're at home. I used to have this Ultra Nova from Novation as well. I like Novation. I've used these as well in the past, but lately I've been really into the digital ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just easy, And I do like analog, and I do like the interface of some devices. I also have like Electron machine drum, which I've used for tracks in the past. But it's just nice because, yeah, I find myself going back to digital a lot because it's just easy. You save your session, and there's your session. You don't have to like hook up everything, load up the preset, and maybe you didn't save the preset and you can't find it anymore. So I like to work with digital stuff. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Maybe I want to add like a little that it builds up again. So let's try this. Let's put this on record. Oh. Nice. This here. Hey, yeah, so we got this guy, and this is the lead 2. This is like with a little fill. We're gonna give this a little different color, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is 8 bars. So this is gonna play for 8 bars, 8. Then it's gonna play the next, and the chance is 1 to 0, so it's always happening. Yes, and this guy is gonna play for 8 bars. And it plays the previous, and that's always going to happen. So that means they're going to follow each other. So these guys are called follow actions. I have a tutorial on these as well. If you click here on the L, you get launch mode, and I put 8 bars. What does it do? It plays the next, and chance is 1 to 0. You can also play previous, so you can make it bounce between 2 things to make it 2 to 1 or 4 to 3. Then 4 times it will do the one thing, 3 times it will the other thing. So this is a pretty cool thing to have stuff go automatically. Because now if I play this, it will always play the next one after 8 bars. make everything a bit softer. Oh, hey, some are not moving. Oh, that's because.
Good flow. Yeah.
Go. Okay. Nice. This is usually when I go away for a while. Go like, okay, do I have everything? Do I like this? Let's not do that today. It's pretty cool. Maybe music drops. It's nice for you. I want to have this ARP actually also as a, well, maybe. Can you turn up your mic volume when it sounds? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and also my mic, it's not staying where I want it to be.
Ja. Zo'n goed dingetje ook, Camille.
Yeah. Well, my normal mic is at home. I forgot to bring it. It's stupid. So maybe I should just take notes.
I bring it to you, yes?
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm going to go back on Sunday. So I'm going to be back in Holland on Sunday.
Oh.
I heard the weather is nice. It's better than here. Yeah.
Yeah, good wind.
Okay, so we have this guy. You know what's the cool thing about operator also? You know, this sounds nice. It's 4 oscillators, but you can also, the cool thing, you can also go here to the algorithms and just skip through them. So it's also cool.
Can you automation this one or?
Yes,
With enough,
automate.
maybe?
Yeah, definitely show automation. Yeah, you can automate. Pretty cool. Add some drive. Okay. So we also have velocity here. And velocity can always be different. Let's randomize the velocity. And the velocity is not doing anything because the velocity here is off. Let's turn it up on each oscillator. And now we get a bit more movement. Because otherwise it's going to be it's very static, you know. We want to have it a bit more. And now it's going to be louder and softer. And then what we can also do is put the frequency to the velocity. So like this. Now it's going to respond to the frequency, to the velocity. Now it's going to move a bit more. You know the difference between the filter types, when to use which. The filter
Would I use Max for Life, LFO, or Shaper?
Yeah.
Sorry.
LFO.
So
Max for Life, audio effect, LFO of Shaper. En dan mappen naar de, ja, weet je, waar je net mee bezig was.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of stuff to do, yeah. So, but to come back to the question, do you know the difference between the filter types? These are emulated from like real existing filters. So you got the MS-20 and the OSR. The MS-20 is from the Moog MS-20, and you can only hear the difference when you turn the resonance all the way up. You know, choosing different ones with the resonance like this doesn't make sense because you don't hear the difference. You really want to have your resonance up at like 90 to 100 to really overdrive the filter because it starts self-oscillating. So maybe if we can try. So this is like on SMP. This is an OSR. MS2.
Maybe only when it's driven hard.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends also on the sound actually. This one is a bit different.
I just noticed I really never hear the difference.
Yeah, it depends also on which sounds. In some sounds you really hear it like squeaking and stuff, and different on each ones. But I don't really like the sound, to be honest. I'm not really like a filter squeaker.
No, hear it better on the bass. when it's a bass, you hear it much better.
On bass sounds, yeah.
With wavetable is the same. It pumps up the volume and it makes it a little bit fuller.
Yeah, it just makes it
louder.
Yeah, and it's also just
Fuller,
Being the
yeah.
driver or also the filter type?
no, just the filter type and the resonance should already make a difference. I've tried it on some sounds, and some sounds you can really hear it's different noise, and I don't really like the noise so much. So I do like this though. This sounds pretty cool, but it's more. It doesn't really suit the music. I rather.
I think he needs the OSR and the other one. It's not noticeable that it's a difference between the two.
Yeah, you can read a whole bunch. I've read the manual on it, and they've just emulated
That's
different.
why I said it's much.
filters.
Yeah, if you want to hear the difference for the OSR, you probably need a bass line,
Bass sound,
some kind of bass sound, because I always use it with wavetable.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
only makes sense when it's a little bit of bass sound. So you make it fuller. Your bass, if you make a sub bass, it will make it a little bit wider and fuller, and it's still
Okay.
mono.
Okay, cool.
Thanks for the tip. All right, let's go. So we drive it a bit now. Have the velocity. The velocity is now going, so that at least it's responding to velocity because the velocity is here up. And if you go here to the frequency, you have the frequency to velocity. So now actually the filter is going to respond to louder notes. So it's going to be a higher frequency position when the notes higher is hit louder. So that's pretty cool. Have it like this. You can actually hear it. So it's actually now moving a bit more, which is nice, and the volume was. Cool. Let's also try and use an auto pen here. You can also have the pen random to the key. Not sure because I play quite close to each other, but here's the pen random. So you don't need an auto pen. Nice. Okay. I think you want to start. Mono. I like the clap mono. There you go. Make it mono. Right, okay. So now, what I do sometimes is just to create a better sound, is just take out some of these low frequencies. Not really EQing, but just like making some necessary sounds out. The more clear sound. Stuff we don't really hear, but we're gonna notice anyway. I like the big guy. Side chain. Nice. A little movement. The movement is always good. Yeah, like movement. Let's take the gain a bit down because it's clicking here. Put the pad back in. Take a somebody's watching the elections or football.
Football, yeah.
What are you watching? Football. What is footballing? Maybe you want to mute it or mute yourself. Okay, so we have this. So kick and bass are in a group. What I do like to do, I don't like EQ, but I do like to like throw on a drum bus on my kick and bass. Dry wet, or my dry wet's already standard on 77. You can right click anything that you have and say save as default preset. So if you have a nice setup for something, use save as default preset to save it as your preset. Because I think drum bus is quite intense. You know, if you put it on something, it's like making it way louder, and having the dry wet already a bit lower makes it a bit easier. So I can use a bit of crunch here. I really like the way it's actually gluing everything. So now it's now -7.
Camille, when you use drum bus, yeah, everything goes up, but your out, you keep it like that, or you do gain staging. So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you now, like how I do it. So I check now how it is. So what the volume is. You see the volume here, like -8.27, thing like this. And if I turn it on, it doesn't get any louder, right? It's now even softer, basically. There you go. So if I turn it off, so I just want to make sure it's not getting any louder. So basically, it's not getting louder, it's just getting. But if I would have the dry wet on 100%, it's definitely getting louder. So I have my standard drum bus already saved as default preset with the dry wet not fully open. So it's sort of like parallel saturation / gluing / whatever, you know. And the boom
staging, right? That's a gain staging.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's. I'm not sure if it's called gain changing. I just don't want to add volume to it. You know, I just want.
Yeah, that's what I call gain staging, I believe, because when you put a audio effect like drum bass on it, the volume needs to stay the same.
Yeah.
Whatever you do. So
yeah, if I'm in the mixing stage for sure, but I also make sure that if I add something, because I always try to sort of like mix already like the volumes, but with everything I do, I try to make sure that the that I'm not raising the volume crazy, because just by if you add something like compression or saturation or whatnot, and it raises the volume, then you're actually cheating yourself, because it always sounds better when it's louder. So if I do radical stuff, especially on kick and bass, I just make sure it's like. It does sound way better and fuller. That's because you add a lot of harmonics with the drive and the crunch. So you add basically saturation, you know, so you add more harmonics. But this one doesn't get any louder, which is great. So it sounds awesome. And I do the same always on the drums, you know, just take a drum bus. Therefore it's called a drum bus, I think. And I just then I don't use the boom. I just use a bit of crunch and drive. I try to take it back a bit. I never use the compression because that's messing with my my dynamics, the velocities that I draw. So these guys. Same thing, sticking out like -866. Okay, louder. No, not really. I think it's going to be the same. Then what you can do is turn it off and on, close your eyes. And you're gonna have it when you turn it on. You probably hear it. This is nice. But if I now turn them off, I take them, I put them on R. Put this guy on R, and like turn them off. On. Drum bus is one of my favorite things. They added it when Live 10 came out. It's a really great thing. Where am I? Help! I'm off. Am I back? Yeah, I'm back. Hey. So, you know, drum bus is great. Buy it. Oh, wait, you already have it. Okay, so, nice. But I actually do the same. So this is on all the drums and on the kick and bass. And it's, yeah, you might call me crazy, but I add a drum bus to my music as well. Because it's just a nice little, you know, I can see it like this, that like the drive is a bit for the low end. Crunch is a bit for the mid, and it has this damp. Oh, by the way, I forgot to take off the damping on the drum. Makes it really, so you might want to take it like to 17. We don't hear anything above 17,000 kilohertz anyway, so you better cut everything above 17K. Doesn't make sense. We don't hear
You
it.
use frequency?
Sorry?
Frequency, you never use it?
No, not on this one. Only for the kick and bass. I have it on the key, like the A.
Yeah, you can set it in the key. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I put the frequency in the key, and then you have, if you're a bit up, it says this plus. You can click it, and it will snap to the one. So now it's like A plus, but if I click it, it snaps on A. Probably like what is it, 110 or 55 hertz on an A. So that's nice. And I also like to use it on music. So these guys. Basically adding shitloads of saturation. I just want to make it a bit fuller. You can also use the saturator. Another thing, of course, I do also use external plugins. This guy, the PSP Vintage Warmer, is great. Let's try this guy. Where is it?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
This one, the PSP Vintage Warmer. Oh, wow. Wait, something went wrong. I just opened the menu.
From PSP.
PSP, yeah, it's great. Wait.
Do you know the lead for PSP? The Richie Harton lead? The Lexion PSP 229 or so. It's a really nice one.
Okay, I didn't know.
Richie Harton used it a couple of years ago.
Okay, nice. It's an instrument or so.
No, face stay.
Okay, nice. The
Check it
PSP.
for you.
Yeah, Google it. All right, so these guys, this guy is amazing. On your master, let me just show you also on my master. This is ridiculous. I've had this thing for many years, and you should always try and get it. Check it out if you turn it off. Okay. It's the best, like.
I found it.
What's it called?
PSP, Lexion PSP 42. The Lexion PSP 42. It's a really nice plugin.
Yeah, drop it in the
Kijken hoor.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Let's see, blah 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 blah. Drum is great and everything. Yes, it is. Oh yeah, the what is it? The volume compensator. Johan, the volume compensator is really nice. It's what this guy. What's his name? Elephant. Elephant has a nice thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I used it actually a lot, but it was yeah, it had a huge amount on the CPU. So I found another one actually, which is like that volume buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really low on CPU usage, so that's great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's this is the Lexicon PSP. Yeah, Lexicon is great. I think the best. Yeah, we also have these. We have all the UID plugins here. I think we have the Lexicons as well. Lexicons is great. This one, I think this guy. Oh, because authorization not current. Okay, there's something with my authorization. Fuck it. These lexicons are great, but yeah, the volume buddy we should check out as well. Gumroad volume buddy. And does it work similar to the one from the other guy?
Yep,
Nice.
it's exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of the old school dude. If I turn something on, I always check the levels, you know. And if it's gonna be if it's louder, then I just put the output, because therefore they all have an output button right here. So if it's gonna get louder, I'll put it back and I can just hear what it does. But this always sounds great. Always gonna get louder, but if you put it back, right. 2.2. Now, getting here, not getting louder, it's getting better. This is amazing to use this kind of stuff, and I like to work like this. It's just adding drive. You see, it's just adding drive, but you can also add drive only in the high end or only in the low end and set the frequency, sort of like an equalizer drive kind of thing, which is great. It's great for your master track. I always put this on my master, or the other one is from Waves. That's the Waves. Where are you? Waves. This is not it. The Waves. NLS. There you go. NLS channel. This guy. This is also just really good. Slate. No, I haven't tried Slate. Omar, nice you're here. Aga in the house. Great. Great you're here. I thought you were a bit late, right? But I haven't tried Slate. Slate's amazing. And also, if you can, I've heard that UAD is making moves, of Antelope is making moves towards UAD. UAD is considered the best plugin builder, but now you also have Antelope. That's really great. Okay, all right. So we have this guy. Turn it off. Let's check the levels. No, this is louder. I like minus. Yes. Come on. Great to be here. Great to have you. Minus 11.4. So now we turn on this guy. It's down. Right? So down. Here. Feel like it's moving to the low end. Wow, it's getting a bit. Well, anyway, try out these. These guys are great, and watch your volume. Okay, so we have the music here. I'll add a drum bus. In the end, all these fancy plugins don't mean shit. You just need drum bus. You know, the other ones just cost you money. This you've already purchased. You know, and I can't stress enough, just by using the stuff that you have, and if you can make it sound, because remember, there's some guys, I've heard that Skrillex in the beginning was making everything only with Ableton as well, and Recondite made a whole album with just using Operator, so I don't think it's really in the plugins that you have. It's more in what you have and how you use it that will make you really become an artist that people really like to listen to, because it's different than other stuff, So try to make as much stuff yourself. Somebody once said, and very very wisely, the depth of your art is determined by the amount of choices you make. So the more choices you make, the deeper the art will be. So if you just ram some sounds together, some samples from Splice, you're gonna sound okay. You're gonna sound pretty decent. But it's the amount of choices that you make, what you do to the sound later on, that's gonna determine how deep this will go or how original it will sound. Yeah, the first album was in Deemer. I think it's that album. It's actually like if you Google Operator and Recondite, you will get to an interview where he says like, yeah, I just used Operator, and I think it's really good that you start using Operator. He's really smart guy, and he really sounded great. And it's all about sound design. If you just use a chorus and a reverb and whatnot after the Operator, you can make it really nice. And also like this ARP, if I want to make it sound bigger, I can just duplicate it. If I can group it, so I click on the Operator, do Command G, and it becomes a instrument rack. And then you have more chains. So I can actually duplicate this chain. Now I have two operators making the same sound. Basically, if I put it back, it just becomes bigger. I have now 8 oscillators. And if I detune these once more, just a bit different, the sound's gonna be a bit bigger than it's not there. It just sounds thicker, but it's gonna take more CPU, so it's nothing that's well. Looks like it had more CPU. That's weird. All right. Anyway, so let's make an arrangement, right? I think it's time to first the drum was. Louder. Right. Great. First, some side chains. Let's take this pad and side chain it to the kick. Kick. Boom. Let's make a first sketch. So what I like to do is record stuff live, right? To give it a sense of liveness. So let's make these guys a bit shorter. Where's my chat? Chat's still here? Ah, yeah. Great. This here. This here. This is unused, right? Delete these hats. And then the clip, make it a bit shorter so I can see more in one screen actually. Do you send all your tracks to your kick? Somebody once told me to do that. No, I don't sidechain everything to the kick because there's my hi-hats. They have like they have a sort of like velocity kind of thing going on, and if I sidechain it, it all sounds the same. So depends. You can try, but you will get that everything is pumping like this. So depends. If you make more house oriented music, you can just duck your whole drums, your whole drum group to this kick. In house music has a really clear sidechain. Really depends on what you're after, but I usually leave it a bit, especially when I'm making more like this kind of stuff. I want to have the musical part go like this and the bass as well, but the drums I like to have free, not to sidechain the shit out of everything. You can also try to sidechain only under a certain frequency, that you sidechain everything under 120 hertz and leave the rest above this 120 hertz unaffected. You know, I have this. Yeah, you can use track spacer exactly, or I think I have my user library. Um, let's see where I have it because I'm not using it so much. Um, let's see. No, where do I have it? I got it from my friend Jaron. Oh yeah, here. Check this out. This is all Jaron's mixing kit stuff, and he has a sidechain below 120. And how he does it is he has this chain with a multiband solo the high, a multiband solo the mid, a multiband solo the low, and you see 120, and there's the compressor. So if I would sidechain this, I will sidechain only under 120 hertz, which is pretty cool. So you can just build a chain and put these multi-band dynamics in. You can just sidechain certain bits. You can also only sidechain the mid or sidechain the high, which is pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. I never use it basically, but I know that Jaron is the pro mixer, uses it a lot. But I'm not also like sidechaining like crazy. So I just use a little bit of gain reduction, not like this, you know, just a little bit. You can also do that with the EQ3. Yeah, if you want, you can definitely. Exactly. Yeah, because the EQ3 has this guy, and you can also like have this, and then only sidechain this and put the frequency here to 120, and only sidechain everything under 120. Great. Okay, guys. Now, we're gonna make some cool parts. So let me close this guy. So now I see everything. Just use the multiband compressor on its own. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know how multiband compressor works, or I can't never get the result that I like. You know, with a multiband compressor. So I've never. I tried to use the Ableton one, but it's abracadabra. Tried it, and you have to take this down. I don't know. These options here when you deck it, it's just very, very complicated information. Try it. Not my thing. So I just like to use it. Okay, so this ARP, we don't have a. Yeah, exactly. It behaves different, and the user interface is bad. Exactly like that. So this ARP is this here. So let's maybe we can start. Oh, we just have two operators. We delete this guy. This is a nice way to start, I think. Everybody here on Discord. I don't know. Yeah, we have a Discord. Your Ableton audio is distorting your mic. Can't really hear what you're
Ja,
saying.
ik hoor het, ja.
Okay, great. Okay, sorry.
Ja, nu is je uit.
Sorry?
Ja. Nu is je denk ik eruit.
What?
Die storing.
Okay, so when it's playing, you have
Only when it's audio is playing, yeah.
let's see if we can do something about this. Input device, maybe I should also set an input device. No, that shouldn't be a problem. Let's see, what is my Zoom?
Dat is niet heel erg hoor.
Yeah, but
Stoort niet echt.
it's a bit solved, so let's go to Zoom.
Het is ook wel weer grappig, weet je, als je dit hoort.
Yeah, I don't think it's funny. Let's fix it. So, audio Thunderbolt. Yeah, it should be fine, right? What's this? Hello? Fine. Mic is Thunderbolt. Yeah, I don't know why it should be. Join, enable stereo.
Je moet je een van je tracks gaan vriezen. Even letten.
Ja.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, right. Let's.
Heb je Diva nog opstaan?
En trouwens, bij EQ moet je je spectrum uitzetten. Dat scheelt ook al CPU.
Yeah, but it's really low. It doesn't really make so much.
Ja, als je zoveel chains hebt en je hebt overal straks een EQ, dan...
Yeah, I don't think I've tried it before, and it really didn't make any difference. But let's try it out. You know, I'm open for.
Heb je nog Diva erin staan? Ook opnieuw?
Yeah, there's still a diva on there, so I have to like maybe.
Die is wel heftig hoor.
Yeah, diva is the motherfucker. That's really
Ja.
heavy, but I need it now.
Had je die Send-to-MIDI nog erin, die Send-to-MIDI kanaal? Dat gebruikt ook veel CPU.
No, that's not
Die is
there.
weg.
Let's see, we'll fix it. We'll fix it, guys.
Ja, flatten.
Freeze and flatten. Okay, so this guy, the bass, we can also say, but I want to play with the filters, you know. I want to play with the filters, but we can definitely do something. This lead, maybe this lead we can. Nice.
You can lower the rendering in Diva.
Let's freeze this. Let's just freeze.
And then,
freeze. Okay. Nice. Whoa.
Of recorden in een audio track.
Ja.
Die kanaal uitzetten kan ook.
Let's see. So many options.
Ja,
als je zoom uitzet, scheelt ook veel CPU. Sure. Funny guy.
Ja, is echt zo hoor. Moet je maar eens Facebook openzetten.
Yeah, it's 50%. Zoom takes 50% of your, it's 50%, I believe, of your thing. So let's see. Maybe I have other stuff going on. Let me close this. Let me close my email, maybe. Oh, maybe somebody wanted to join. No, that's it. Whew. Okay, close email. Yeah, and then that's it. Okay. Let's see. How's it now? Is there still noise going on when I play music? Or not? Is it better? Okay, I guess it's yes. Okay.
That's better hoor now.
Yeah, all right, cool. So now what I like to do is create some sort of, let's see, can you sidechain your mic? Yeah, it would be cool. So now we can start like, not with this, I want to start with this ARP below, and then I can play with it. Also, what we can do is maybe map some decay here. Play with it. That'll be cool to play around with. So let's say I want to control attack decay, sustain release. Let's map this instrument rack to decay. And to, let's say, maybe sustain as well. Why not? And a bit of release. Oops, that's great. That's done. And so now also what I need is map 8. And you probably know map 8 if you follow the course with me. Map 8. If you don't know, now you know. Map 8 is great. It's in Max for Live. It's in the Max for Live essentials. I drop it on this kick and bass. Zoop. And I can map like the 8 most important parameters to these 8 macros here, which will be on my push down there. So later on when I start playing with the scenes, I can record all the things there. So let's say I want to use these, where was I? The ARP. I want to use the frequency. I want to map that especially here. So let's say that's going to be, let's say, 3 of those. Maybe just here, this guy. It's number 7. So it's now blinking. So now I can map it to the frequency. And then I want to go to map 8 and put 8 to the resonance. And maybe I also want to control the, let's say, this one is number 5. That is on the. Let's see. Yeah, I think decay and release only. Go here, decay and release. So I've got 4 buttons dedicated to that guy only. So now I can actually. Okay. Are you tired, Kevin? No.
Nee, je zag westschapen. Vroeger was hij anders.
Ja,
Ja,
jullie
ja.
hebben gewerkt, man. Kom op.
Yeah, we're getting old. Yeah. Well,
Vroeger was hij anders.
if you guys need a break, we can also do a break. You know, I'd love a break, 10 minutes. Shall we do a little break?
Je
Maybe
break?
good idea.
Sorry? Shall we do a little break of 10 minutes? Maybe that's good.
Yeah, good idea.
Sanitary
Man.
break. Yeah. Let's have a
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you back at, let's say, 5:05. So we have like 10 minutes, 12 minutes break. Yep.
Cool. Yes.
Okay. See you in a bit.
Yes.
Hoi.
Yo, Wes. Wes,
Ja,
wat heb jij nu allemaal staan dan thuis?
Huh?
Wat heb jij nu allemaal staan dan?
Ik gebruik gewoon een MIDI-controller, man. En ik heb wat hardware. Een TR8S.
Ja, je hebt toch ook die 808, of dat Dennis die?
TR8S heb ik, man. En een microkorg.
Oh ja.
Die zijn wel chill. De
Zijn,
nieuwe S8, ja, ik weet niet man. Wat ik een beetje jammer vind van die S8, je hebt geen aparte ingang meer erin. Snap je wat ik bedoel?
Ja.
Dus als je een groot mempaneel hebt, dan kun je hier bijvoorbeeld de kick doen, de snare, kun je hem helemaal fine-tunen, weet je?
Ja.
Dat is wel
Ik
vet
heb
voor live.
Zo'n mixer, man. Ja.
Ik wil die B-ringen dingen gaan proberen, die modeler.
Ja man, die zijn ook dik hoor.
Die klinken ook wel goed hoor.
Zeker. Ja. Nou ja.
Sorry, we have to speak English. There are also English people, I believe, so it's better, I guess, to speak
Better late than
English.
never, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
I wasn't
it's
here to
just-
moderate. This is what happens, you know, a bunch of Dutch guys. Okay, so everybody had this sanitary stop. I had some olives and a little bite of some Thai food that was left from yesterday, which was nice. So I'm well. I forgot my water. Well, fuck it. So I'm well equipped now. So hope you're all good.
The engine is filled.
Engine is filled. We can rock and roll this track. What is it again?
Swing, swing, swing. Time to swing.
So bad though. Huh? It's pretty cool.
Yes, it is.
Right? So it's fun. You know, it's quite. You know, you should try it to make music. Well, there's like I don't know, 20 people watching. It's pretty intense. You know. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think there's like some 20 of you or something almost. I don't know. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. 19. Wow. Well done. You can handle it, zegt Martijn. Yes, I can. Okay, so let's get with the program. I hope you're all here.
Good read, hoor, Camille.
Yeah, why not? Okay, so we're going to start with the kick and bass and the ARP. Right? ARP, I can... More. Not going to give everything away. Get done. So this is a cool start. So I'm going to click here, and I right-click, say, capture an instance. Every scene that is playing will be there. Then I can try out, okay, what now? Maybe something, or I can say, it's like staccato. There you go. Okay. So this. Okay, so let's say if we have it displaying. Maybe a bit shorter. Right, nice. Let's stop there. So let's add this one as the next scene. Capture this. Add these guys. Can you add a sub and make it group to the bass and show us how you do that when it comes to EQ to the sub and strong bass line? Yes, I will first arrange the track and then I'll go more into the mixing stuff because I mix right at the end. So, but a sub would be a bad idea. Okay, let's do this. All right. First, will not fix it because I'm not doing it usually. So, what I would add as a sub, be very subtle. It's very simple. Yeah. So I will add this sub and make it brown, different brown than the other base. So then the sub should be an operator. If I want to add some sub, I usually just take a sine wave. You know, a sine wave is really nice. You take an operator, drag it onto this, and you play a low note, like here. I don't hear it because my keyboard's not on. Oh, there you go. So I can just say like a low tone in the note of the root note of the track. So let's say, so we just add like do. Maybe we can have it like. So then, what we can do in order to spice it up a bit is maybe have a saturator, and you have warm up lows. Why not? Add some more harmonics. Try different curve. Add some more. This is. So this is really nice. And now it has more. So it's a little bit lower, and also, of course, we take our friend the sidechain and sidechain that sub to the kick, which you can hear. It's ticking. So you want to open the attack. There you go. No more ticks. It's still woo woo. So it's now working together with the kick. And okay, I'm gonna get into it anyway. Take an EQ. We know the kick is at is an A, 55 hertz, and we take down a little bit of kick. Oh, make it a bell form. A little bit of kick on the bass with like 2 to 3 dB. You know, so now the kick will definitely have just a bit more space for the kick. I usually do it very minimal because I don't want to make too much of like this. I don't see the point. It just needs to be very minimal. Just a bit more space for the kick. This is usually how I do it, you know, for getting on the kick and bass to get them working together. Very basic, simple stuff, you know. It doesn't have to be super complicated. I don't use the sidechain channel. Usually, sometimes I add it later on because in the break, when I remove the kick, all the sidechains come up, and then I will make a sidechain channel. But then again, I usually use that for mixing purposes, and mixing comes at the very last for me. So maybe the sub can come in here when we add these guys. Now we have 3 C's. Where's the really start? Maybe we can skip this guy now. Maybe, I don't know. And then this guy comes in. So let's duplicate this scene. There you go. And take this guy out. Okay, so now we're here, and then we have to start with some music stuff. This is nice. Now we get to this back. Capture this. Now I can also with that filter. This one needs to be controlled. So I'm going to go configure, cutoff. So we have it here. Now it's here, and I can go to my map 8 and say, okay, number 4 is the pad frequency. Now it should be here, right? So now I can control it from here. Cool. Add this guy in, and maybe the snare was a bit too often, I think. I'm not sure about the snares often. Maybe we should make 2 versions of the snare. Oh, 2 versions of the snare to make one like this is like snare 1, a bit more minimal. Snare 2, it's going to be more busy. I like to make more variations of sounds so I can actually make it more interesting. Also, this clap, I make it double as long. Let's put this guy out of the way. This guy is there, this guy out of the way, and here it adds another one here. So now we have a longer pattern basically. Okay, so that's cool. Actually copy that down here and duplicate. There you go. Okay. So we're here. Snare. Maybe should put this more on the grid. Not sure. Let's also sidechain this because they have a lot of low ends, these guys. Sidechain in. Check for glitches. Nice. Shape it the way you want, you know. It's all sound design. Okay. Is this nice to throw in there? Yeah. First of all, loop. So it's going to be, let's record some automation for this guy. So we put the automation on.
Could you solo the clap for a second? I was wondering what you did there earlier.
Okay, 1 second. Let's just record this and then we go into that. Hold that question, please.
Yep.
Okay, so now this has been automated. If we check this, there you go. Great. Add some sense of space to this rim shot. Also, I want to have a little bit of, you know, a bit of space in here. Great. Okay. The clap. What I did, yeah, I made it longer, and I added some notes. So it's actually like. you know, it adds a bit,
Okay. Yeah.
so it adds a bit more of a story. So this variation is pretty nice. That's pretty cool. All right, so
Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome. Background guys. Oh yeah, molecule. Ah. Okay, so I think first rim shot. Add a new scene with the rim shot. This is how I like to go. How it's actually basically I'm arranging the track as I go. Now great. Now, great. Let's try this. So we right click of then we go to our map 8 and put all the filters on all the drums, maybe on number 1 here, and map it to frequency. So now I can go to this guy and say, hey. All the reverbs though will go there, so we have to fix that later. All the drums, you still will hear all the reverbs. That's nice though. Now if we now go to filter everything away, just stop everything, and then have it play. That's nice. See. Now we go for this break. Go for this break. When we're there, we can say, all right, this guy on. And we maybe say, okay, now I want to add that. Cool. A little bit late. All right, that's good. Right. So that's it. We're gonna copy these two guys. So now we're gonna say right click, capture an insert scene. That's actually lead 2, but it needs to be lead 1. Here we go. Let me open the chat again because I don't have the chat open. Here we go. Put you there. Oh yeah, the Discord. Yeah. There we have a Discord. I don't know if you guys are all in the Discord, but Kevin just posted the Discord link. It's nice. Yeah, check it out. You can post your tracks, get feedback. There's a lot of nerds like this on there, and you can just have a little chat with each other about music and about your music and all that stuff. Mike Overdijk, I see you sidechain just a few dB. Is like 2-3 dB enough to prevent clashing frequencies? I sometimes see mixers do a lot more, up to 5 or 10. I'm not talking about the pumping effect, but making space. Yeah, I'm I'm actually doing it really sparingly. Like everything I do is like under the 2-3 dB, and also with sidechain. Unless I do like more dB, then it's more pumping basically for me. But I try to keep it really minimal. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, there's also I always do this there's also this mixing masterclass during the advanced course done by Nora Q. He mixes a lot of artists from around the world, and yeah, he's also very keen on not doing too much. You know, everything you do should have a reason to it, and not just, oh yeah, let me sidechain 10 dB here, sidechain 10 dB here, because that's what I always do. You should always consider like, hey, what if I do this a bit less than normal? Maybe, you know, maybe that works. Depends. You know, you need to watch out you're not fooling yourself with these things. Okay.
With the baseline is different, right?
Sorry.
With the baseline, you should sidechain a little bit deeper, like -10 or further, I guess, because just to let it work better with each other. Or you also do it.
But the
Yeah, see?
thing is
Yeah.
with sidechain is if you do it, it starts to tick. And of course you can put an EQ after it to solve that, you know. But I
Yeah,
I hear the effect, you know.
to work together, I guess. I think.
Well, I hear the effect. If I, yeah, I can definitely hear there's being space, and yeah, you can also do more. But I think it's like a very personal thing. Also, you know, you can determine how much you want. I like to do stuff like less obvious, so I keep the natural flow of my track basically. You know, I can do it way more that it starts with more pumpy, and yeah, it really depends on what sound you're making. You know, if you're making dubstep, you know, or drum and bass, it's often like very very pumpy. But you also have that with house, like really straight up UK house or Chicago house. You can really sidechain the shit out of stuff. You know, whatever floats your boat. It's also very personal. There's no one rule in doing everything. You know, it just also follow your ideas and make sure that you at some point just choose something, you know, and not wonder too much about it, because the more you start wondering about it, like, yeah, I can also do it like this, but I can also, it's gonna confuse you, you know. So stick with one thing, you know, and believe in it. That works as well. You know. And if you think, you know what, I'm gonna try this, do something else, then you can do it. Yeah. And the look ahead, by the way, Max, you're posting about the look ahead. I'm not sure about the look ahead, man. The look ahead is actually causing a delay. So it actually is delaying the channel. So it will actually delay your whole channel by 10 milliseconds, or like by milliseconds. So it is in a way causing phasing, especially if you use that on your bass. You might not want to use look ahead on the compressor. Yeah, that is compensated, but it's only compensated when you have the delay compensation on. It depends, you know. It can be weird. I decided not to use it because I'm not sure what it does in the low end, you know.
I think that's more live if you play live, I guess.
Yeah.
Waar moet ik hem dan opzetten?
Sorry.
Waar moet ik hem dan opzetten? Op die optie?
Yeah, there's this look ahead here that you can set. Yeah, I never use it because it
Yeah,
actually.
that's more for if you play like you play a lot of live, and then is that.
I can check it with Ableton, but it's
a little bit handy.
Yeah, I can set it. I can actually ask.
Okay.
I can ask Ableton, but I believe it. You know, if you look at the info view here, it sets the amount of time that the input signal will be delayed, and if the input signal is delayed, then it will actually add like delay. So your sound is going to be delayed, the same as you. If you record on an audio track and you have the monitor on, in or auto, it actually also causes delay. And in order to have no delay, you should put it on off when recording. That's something you can check the Seed to Sage tutorial on this. Maybe you've seen it if you're in my group. But these are really minor details, but it's pretty interesting, because if you add milliseconds to your bass, you know, it's going to change the phasing, and it's going to might be out of phase with your kick. So that's a bit technical, but you know,
Okay, nice.
worth to check. Switching from peak to RMS helps me. Is that also odd delay wise? No, peak is more used for the compressor to react to peaks, and RMS means roots means square, so it's actually reacting to the overall level, you know, like it says here in RMS, roots mean square mode. The compressor is less sensitive to short peaks and responds more slowly. So for sidechain, if you want to have a bit of more sidechain effect, then you might want to go for peak.
Yeah, the response on the highest.
Yeah, the click is often gone. Yeah, of course, the click will be gone because the compressor is slower. But if you have a click, I would advise you to open the attack and release a bit, for especially attack. Yeah. So yeah, it's logical. And if you do expand, it's doing exact opposite of what a compressor is doing. It's actually making the volume louder when it exceeds the threshold. Great. Wow, we covered a lot of stuff right there. That's insane. Okay. Or use LFO tool. Yes, LFO tool is great, by the way, or LFO tool, or of course, guys, Shaper.
Shaper.
Yeah, LFO tool is also great though, but it's the same.
Die twee LFO, those two LFO and Shaper are it's crazy.
Yeah, it's great if you use these
If you
kind of
do
things.
that,
It's really cool if you already use this on a
you can
normal.
also map it. Yes.
If you like to do it on pad, if we do it on the pad here, you know, and we put in crazy stuff, we map it to let's say maybe the frequency here. You know, you get this cool effect.
Shaper is also cool to create that acid sound, you know, with a bass line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do loads of cool stuff with
You
Shaper.
can put it on everything you stay in your release, so it will move every time. And yeah, also on the if you put your MIDI chains on it.
Yeah, it's super nice to use Shaper. Shaper is a great tool. All right, let's continue. So now we went from this. And we get here, we get clean one. And maybe it's already nice to have these two guys there, open hi-hat, so we get like building. Capture the inside scene. Just because I have two versions of this lead, I just need to keep those together all the time, which is sometimes a bit of a pain, but you know, that's the way it works when you do this live stuff. So that's nice. We also have the snare. We can add this more busier snare here. And I think I have enough now to play around, because if I'm here, you know what, we're going to go back to this guy. Go back to one pad. Maybe when I'm at one mode. That's also that's something. But you know, I'm going to do this all live, so let's just make a recording so we can get on with the thing. So here we go. Whoop, whoop. Okay, this is great. So now the big moment is here. We have the frequency for the drums, the frequency for 4 was for the pad, I believe. Yeah, and then we have this. Okay. Do we need some more stuff? Maybe keep it simple. You know that. Oh yeah, we want to control this clap. That clap. That's nice. Oh, clap. This guy, map to the clap note here. And then, yeah, oh wait, yeah, and also for the drums, we want to have the drums on C. So all the drums going to the big verb would be nice for a break. Oh, now it's on the heads and high, that's wrong. I want to map this guy to all the drums going to... Time for recording, I'd say. Right, we have more chats. LFOs from Xfer. Yeah, Xfer Records. Yes. There's also a lot of cool stuff from Xfer, actually. Okay, we're going to make a recording. That's always the most exciting times. Let me move this there. Okay. All right. Yeah. Take this guy. Put this guy here. So maybe you can see it also a bit. Put it here. All right. Whoa. Come on, guys. The charger doesn't want to go closer. There you go.
Push
Hello.
is great.
Right.
Push.
Push is amazing. Okay. Great. Here we go, guys. Let's record this shit. Here we go. session mode. Yeah, there's all my session. I can start. Now and you wanna like practice a bit with this, so you know what's what. This is that, all the drums, this is the clap, this is all the drums. Okay, might mess it up at some point, but you know that's how life goes. Okay, ready, go. This is exciting, guys. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah. So now we have.
We were born.
Let's do another one.
Yeah, we're sitting here all night. I've got a lot of beer, dus
Oh,
no
nice.
problem.
You've got more. We don't have water here. There was the water is.
I'm not staying for the after party, guys. You go alone.
Zie je, vroeger was je anders.
Ja, weet ik.
Yeah. All right, so this is like the first initial draft. You know, you can do this like a few times. Just to record with push, and use some of the function that I had on map 8. You know, I forgot to filter down the stuff here in the break. You know, to filter down all the percussion. You know, but I can still add it in. You know, if I make sure that nothing here is on record, I can say, okay, let's just play from here. Press record. Wait, I have to go to kick and bass first. Press record, and then here, still. That's a different one than how it was before. But now I also have, of course, here the drums going down here. So that's pretty cool. How about macro 3? Was that going up? No, macro 2. Okay, nice. So basically, the only disadvantage from map 8 is that everything is called macro. Macro 1, macro 2, and you just have to, maybe it's good to write down, you know, like what you have. So you actually write down here what is what on a paper. So it's easier because they don't have it that you can actually map it, and it will call this guy not macro 2, but C big, and then from where it is, you know, it's hard to that it's not called that, but it is super handy because the 8 most important parameters, you know, as you heard, I could already make sort of like an arrangement, which is it's pretty cool. You know, it's already having some movement and some transitions going on. And if you do this a few times with a push and this track, you can get to a really interesting result, which might help you arrange in a more organic way than just to look at blocks and just, you know, like, oh, these shakers, maybe they should go there, you know, and then listen to the whole thing again, go like, oh, no, they should go back there, you know. That's that's what I always been saying, you know. It's nice to make sure that that you don't have to think too much. You can just jam and use your hands and make it a physical movement. And I just have push here, you know. You can have an Ovation launch pad or an APC 40 next to it, and just like use these buttons as well, map them to some kind of stuff, you know. I used normally I would use the APC 40 next to it, so I have faders on the
Yeah, I
APC
know.
40. Yeah, and I have the push for launching the scenes, you know, and it's nice. And if you have a good setup, and you can also sometimes go here and do stuff, you know, because I also had, in the end, I wanted to get rid of the ARP, you know, but I sent it to the delay, but the feedback of the G delay wasn't high enough. So now I can go back here and say, okay, I want to add that feedback in here the moment I send this stuff to the delay. So I just add this feedback, make it go up. Now the delay of the ARP will be way. I like the end though. It became a whole new track. But it's still a bit short, so let me move this up to 100. And there you go. Now it's delaying like sorry. But this is cool, right? So I'm sending this ARP just before I take down the volume. I'm sending this ARP to this delay in order to create this transition. There's a tutorial I did on this using send and returns to create transitions, because you just send stuff to this return track and then delay it into crazy. So it's not, the sound's actually gone, but the delay of the sound is becoming a new sound that is helping you to go a few bars further, you know, to keep the track interesting, and it gradually fades away. If you listen to artists like Kink, you know, Kink, his live set is more of that as well. Every time he plays something and he's jamming and he has a moment, and then at some point he's done with a certain sound, he wants to create a transition to remove that piano sound. He just delays it into oblivion, puts the fader down, so he stops the clip while fading the last note to a delay, and dan 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 dan, and that's the way he creates his transitions. And it's just a main trick that you can use a lot. So
And it's nice game.
yeah, now, but this delay is carrying you all the way to the next. Maybe I can stop the hi-hat. Now we're really going to break down. Maybe use it like again, because your setup is still there, you can say, all right, let's record that. You just play, press record again. I'm not doing something else. Wait. I'm not changing the compressor. Wait. I need to stay in this lane. Makes the last bit a bit interesting. Stuff to play. Maybe also this. Pretty cool. Why not stop the clap and just...
Maybe you can the tempo more higher. It's new 121, maybe 125. Then you, more groove, I think so.
we can also make it faster, of course, and it's
123, I think. No, no,
Yeah,
123. 123.
123. Yeah.
Here, now it's going to this delay. Pretty cool. And I was just fading it away to create some kind of ending. And also, because I'm filtering all the drums are still going to these sends, right? To these so you might wanna like stop these the moment you know, let's say all these sends, so the drums are going down in volume, which are in, it's the filter, right? And the filter was here on macro 4, I believe. Is it wait, the drums are on macro 1. Macro 1. So macro 1 is going down here, so I also want to make these reverbs go down. So there's this open hi-hat is going down, same here. So I want to have this guy go down here. Like that now. And then we have the shakers. The shakers also go down there. So, well, the shakers don't mind. Nice. So this way you can actually finalize your track a lot, and not only transitions like this, but you can also, you know, it's very basic, but it's always works. I've been doing this since I was 15. I used to have this sound called an aankom, but it was just a reverse symbol. Aankom means arrival in Dutch. And I've used this word aankom a lot, but nowadays I call it a reverse symbol. And these are really great. Let's say.
Did you make your effector racks yourself, or?
My effect racks?
Did you make yourself, or did you use other ones for live?
Effect racks, you mean these, the sends, or?
Effect racks, you can make your Je kan je toch je eigen je effecten eens maken, toch? Dat deed je toch altijd?
Yeah, I've made effect racks myself for my live performance. So
Ja,
the stuff that I had on my master on my live performance was all just or tweaked presets or just stuff I made. Also like this chain here. It's just a flanger with a delay and a phaser and a bit reduction. That's pretty cool to send stuff to it. If let's see what happens if we have this. If we send this to this chain, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool. You can send maybe way more.
yeah.
Play around with it. I just like to have these chains where you can just fool around with stuff.
Yeah, nice.
It's maybe on a pad, maybe not so nice, but you can send lots of stuff. You can send your drums to there and just fool around with it and record that stuff in, which is nice. But yeah, you can create. You can even, if you click on this and you hold Shift and click on that one and press Command G, it becomes an effect rack. And you can add macros and map these to, for instance, this sounded nice, so I map this to this, and this is my my rack, and I'm now controlling that button there. So this is how you can create
Nice.
device racks and give it this is Camille's crazy chain, and then I can save it by pressing save, and then it's in my audio effect racks. I have more crazy stuff. So that's pretty cool to use, and I will definitely can definitely advise to create your own devices. There are some people that also create like mid-side devices. I think that Jaron has a lot of mixing stuff. Easy stereo exciter. Let's see what he built. He built an audio effects rack probably. Oh, he's using waves, and he uses a multiband again. He's only using the high, so he's soloing the high. I think he's just using a spreader on the CLA. So this is nice. You can build your own. He didn't use any macros, but you could macro this guy onto here and to have certain. You can build your own effect racks basically. It's really nice. And also don't forget that Ableton, if you go to audio effects, has this audio effects rack. And if you go to mixing and mastering, there's all these presets, and I have way more now because I've installed all the packs. So if you install more packs, you will get more of these things as well. The stereo enhanced master, I like the wide and wire master. It always works on the master. It sounds really
Aggressive dance masters.
aggressive dance master is also great. I really use that as well. Depends on what style I'm making. I don't hear anything. Oh, it's because it's solo. This a bit back because it has a mid-side EQ in there, which is crazy. So put this a bit back like this. Okay. It's way louder though, but it does sound better. It does sound more compressed. It has this guy, a little bit of glue. I usually open up the attack a bit more to have the kick come in because it's 10 milliseconds it grabs your kick, so you want to have it on 30 milliseconds so it doesn't grab your kick. A compressor on
Deze heb jij nog gemaakt, Camille. Dit bedoel ik wat je toen had gemaakt, maar dat weet je niet meer, denk ik.
Oh yeah, that's the when we made your live set. Yeah, of course I remember.
Ja, oh, dat was so nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to make these different. It's just playing around with all the effects. It's really nice to do that. So here, I was sample with the reverse. Yeah, here I put it just before the break. It's super basic, but it's gonna fill. That could be just very simple having it here before the break, and you can add some of delay, maybe some big verb. Maybe add some 112 delay. So we send it to F. F.
Also good for the build-up with a long tail.
Sorry?
For the build-up, is also great to use the reverse crash or cymbal with a long tail reverb on it.
Yeah, exactly. You can just you can use this stuff a lot. I think there's something. That's the this guy. Maybe I went a bit overboard on the ARP, but we'll fix that later. So also like nice effects is great. So I have in my samples, I can go to effects. I have always everywhere selected some single hits and some effects. I like. Yeah, like this. This is pretty cool to just jam somewhere. Where you actually here I was a bit early. You see this? This is not aligned. So I was a bit early or a bit late actually. Here.
Waar haal je die Atari soundjes vandaan dan?
I don't know. I got this from different sample packs basically. DTM effects TM. I don't know where I got this one from.
Nice sound.
I can. No, stop. TM2 white down. I can check. Show in Finder which pack they are in. Where is it? Why doesn't it show? What's this sound? Somebody has a. I wonder what this sound is.
Oh, sorry, ik heb hem on mute. Ik ben mijn banaan.
What is it? It sounds like something.
It's like Looney Tunes or something.
Yeah. Here it is. It's in. Oh, here it is. Why can't I see it? Okay. This effect sample pack is in. Okay, yeah, it's there. I know. I don't know where I got it from. Maybe if I look for the.
Yeah, it sounded a bit like old computer games, like Atari, Nintendo from the early days. The sounds that you get in there with Donkey Kong, etc.
Yeah, I don't know where I got it from. It's only in this documents, samples, house and grooves, single hits. Yeah, I don't know. I should have it also from the original place I got it from. I don't know where. Don't know. Sorry. TM2 must be the name of the sample pack. All right, so this is nice. Oh, that's me playing somewhere. So here. Well, maybe I don't want to have this. I can have this, only this. Maybe. That's nice. It's very subtle. Add some more reverb. Add some more delay. And also, I was a bit late. You see, these guys should have started earlier. Let's move them here, and then correct this bit. All right, maybe I want to have that later again. Okay, guys, come there as well. That's nice. Just use it twice, and then go somewhere else. This is cool for the Latin vibes. This guy. Ooh, this would be cool for like in the break. Let's try it out.
Can you maybe play a piece with the kick and bass muted?
Nice, and then like maybe it's also good to just delete these guys here, or have the bass go down. Let's take a utility for this. Audio effects, utility, and take this gain and say, okay, bro, here you have to go down, and make it go down, and volume. Oh wait, where's my sound? My clips white when they're like this. Also, this guy, I copied now the utility, so this can also work. So now we get a really nice. I like also this effect. I don't usually use these guys. Great. guys also. Cool. So basically what I would now do is just add more sort of like effect sounds in between to create like these moments. Also what is, I see that this is all crooked, so we have to take these guys off and put them one to the left and make them one longer. This one also to the left, make it one longer. This one. So what I would do is also create some more breaks, maybe, you know, to have this also to have like 4 beats in the end of the bar. Like take these kicks out, for instance, you know. Have here. I'm not sure about the jet bass. Also here I was a bit too early. You see that I was a bit early here, so we might be able to say to everybody, hey guys, you're a bit too early there. Move over to the right. And these as well. We have to say, okay guys, went wrong. Do this. Make these longer. But I like this, you know, there's already like a setup for me that I don't have to think. I can just use what I have, and I'm working in this arrangement, which is already pretty much there, so to speak. So cool. I'm not sure if it's now looking good. Can't see. Yeah, there should be one here. Like this, like this, like this. It's like monnikenwerk, as we say in Dutch, you know. That's okay. I was a bit early. Well, so you can also leave it, of course. It's not the end of the world if it's a bit crooked. I've recorded tracks that I just left like this. Like, fuck it, you know. Here we go. Put it here. Well, that's okay. Okay. Now this guy is starting later, so what I have this starting here. This lead also needs to move a bit. There. The pads were also crooked. That's. Is this at the beginning? Yeah. Okay. So, I forgot the chat. Sorry. It's hard. This. Let's see. Can you play a few bars without kick and bass? Okay. Yeah. Really nice trick. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Cool. It's out. Ah, it's nice. Great. And maybe solo the ARP again. Do you record the effects or just keep them automated? I keep the effects automated. Yeah. You mean the effects here on the sense, right? I think. Yeah, I keep these automated. Yeah, I just keep these automated because I can always change them, especially here. Really cool. Bass, I did do everything with bass the whole track. So, definitely start record.
There are some questions in the chat.
Okay, yeah. So I should do something with the cutoff also. Yes, even when you're mixing or you bounce them off. No, when I'm mixing, which basically I would go into the mix right now, you know, and when it's done, basically when I would have some more time on this track, you know. Normally, you're welcome, Tone. I hope it inspired. Yes. Normally when I start mixing, I will look at these things, but I'm not bouncing my effects. I'll just keep the project as it is. I did try to export all the stems to Logic and mix it in Logic, which is also an option to do, or just rendering out all the stems and just sending it to Jaron, because Jaron is a great mixer, or just rendering out all the stems and putting a new Ableton project and loading all your stems in, so you can't really tweak the arrangement anymore, which also works. Yeah, you know that. How do you decide the panning? What do you usually do? Left, right, wide, center, besides kick and bass? Wow, I don't have a rule for this. I usually like to have like my short hats, like I like that go left and right, and this arp like that having that left and right. And for the rest, I'm not really a panner, to be honest. You know, I did pan like these open heights because there's two to have one a bit more left, one a bit more right. And for the rest, it's pretty much center all the way with me. And the I send stuff to the return to the reverbs, and my reverbs are pretty stereo. You know, I have a pretty much stereo reverb, so these make it more stereo. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I learned to bounce all the stems before mixing, but in real life, nobody does that. Well, I know a few guys that do it. You know, you're welcome, Rob. I'm glad you learned something. But yeah, I do know that people that people yeah, render it out. You know, it's a way. I've tried it for a while, but it takes a lot of time, and I feel that I don't need to render anything out. Mostly you want to render everything out because you are mixing while you're making music, and that fucks up the whole workflow. I keep mixing really towards the end. You know, you haven't seen me do much mixing. I will definitely start all over with the mix when the track's done, because I don't want to focus on the mix before the track's done. That's just how I work. But some people do it different. Some people already would have EQ'd now kick and bass way more than I did. But I don't like to work that way. And the ARP is wide. I think the ARP's, yeah, I put the ARP wide. So you know, let's look. So the ARP, I put the spread on here. It's pretty wide because I've also detuned it, which gives it a wider sense, and yeah, that makes it really wide. So it's like this more mono, but it's N wide, and I'm auto panning it. You know, I have it mono. I have it. Such a nice sound. Oh, what it does here. Here in the end, here's more. I like it here, and I think this is spread on the operator creates more voices left and right. If spread's turned up, the synthesizer uses 2 detuned voices per note, one each on the left and right stereo channels to create chorusing sounds. Basically a chorus. It's like creating more voices, slightly delayed, which makes it wide. It's a bit like the Haas effect. Yes. So yeah, the ARP in the end, you know, and therefore I really like to map stuff to buttons. So if you don't have a MIDI controller yet, get one, because you know I would have never done this. It became a whole new track in the end. I don't know where it started. Here. And when it was wow, it was really crazy. We don't have any that also could fit really in this
or vocal, maybe a vocal.
Yeah, it could also be. Then I should have somebody sing. You know, here's the lead. You know, the lead's only here, which is pretty nice. You could have it come back later on, but it's pretty decent like this. Another option.
How do you? Sorry, how do you approach vocals? Because I think that's one of the hardest pieces when you're writing music, like house music or whatever.
Ja.
Yeah, I would
To
just
find
get
the right.
I would just get somebody to do the vocals for you. We've used Shishani for one of the records the record I did earlier this year with my roommate on Supernature. We just asked somebody to sing, you know. So I sent it to Shishani. She was in my previous lesson, and we sent her some tracks and she was singing. I sent her a new track actually recently, so I have to check up with her if she already recorded something. But the best way, and you know, if you look at guys like Chris Tussie or Just Butler, I see them in the studio with vocalists all the time. So if you want to get some serious vocals, you just need to find a singer. You know, you can use Splice and all that sort of stuff, but the chances that you're gonna find something original in there is not gonna be.
Yeah, it's not really about original, but it's hard to find the right vocal and how do you approach it, like with effects and etc. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've never used so much. I used the vocals on the track that I'm doing with Josh Butler. It's more like a UK house track, you know, the more like the piff sound, and it yeah, I just used like this sort of like these vocal steps, and you know, it's always a bit trial and error. But I think the best way would be getting somebody to sing for you. Like my roommate did a lot of tracks with Fearle, as a friend of his, and she's amazing, you know. And now he's making a commercial for the new GMC car, and they wanted some Eastern stuff, so he just hired a musician that plays Eastern stuff, you know, and recorded this musician. Then you can tell him, hey, can you play over this? And you can give him instructions how to play. So with a singer as well, you can give her or him instructions to I prefer it to be a her though because it's nicer. And you can give instructions to what they should sing. I want to have it a bit more soulful. You can sing yourself and get it through auto tune. That's also something I did in the past as well.
Oh, I hate autotune.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It can really help a lot. But you know, you just need to try. And if you have a lot of samples, yeah, then with samples it's annoying, you know, because sometimes the groove is wrong. You can try to correct it, but that's just a lot of work, basically, you know. But I think the best way would to post something on your Facebook. Okay, hey, I'm looking for a singer. Actually, one of my students, Ben, for my previous advanced course, he works with Marie, some girl from France, and he's been releasing music as well, you know, and with her vocal. And then at some point, Chris Tussi posted something on his Instagram. Hey, I'm looking for a singer. Then Ben sent, yeah, you got to get this girl. Look, this is her voice. And apparently, Chris got in touch with her, and I think they're making music now. I'm not sure if she made the finals, but you know, just get vocals. I sometimes ripping vocals. I sometimes audio hijack vocals from YouTube. You know, I'm working on a new track where I've used some vocals from Kevin Saunderson in an interview. You know, and I use these vocals. He says like, you gotta really go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I feel like vocals need a lot more processing than
Yeah,
synths.
what I like for vocals actually is yeah, of course this is pretty interesting. Nectar. We bought this whole bundle from Isotope, and this Nectar is pretty cool.
Yeah, vocal synth is also cool for vocal synth. I use sometimes on my drums just to.
And Nectar is more. Nectar is not really a vocal synth. It's more like a processor. I wonder what this sound is. I'm really like.
Maar you've got ook voor native instrument, dus de mouth.
The mouth is also pretty cool. Yeah, and you also have
Yeah.
output has a great, I think the exhale or something. You know, it's pretty cool. Check out here, Vocal Assistant, and so the Nectar has a lot of presets. Why can't I open a preset? So anyway, you can do Vocal Assistant, and it's gonna check out. You can even link it to if you really want to go deep mixing wise. You can use the isotope to like you do the lead with the vocal and it will cut out the lead where the vocal is or the other way around, and you can have the assistant and say, okay, I want to have it, and then it analyzes your vocal, and it adds all these compressors, percussion of EQs and all this reverb to give you an idea or a starting point where you can start with your vocal. So that's called Neutron, and it's a sort of like Ozone, but Neutron is it's just a bit different. Also, you have the visual mixer; it will help you mix. But the same is with
Vocals can make it or break it.
yeah, exactly, because it adds a lot of character to your track, and it really, it's a very putting its character on your track. So just putting in some vocals from some sample packs might really, not do your track good. But you also have this Ozone mastering assistant, which is pretty cool. It's the same sort of thing as what they do, and you can have genre specific mastering, that sort of stuff. They have all this stuff, and that's what Neutron has for the vocal. So that's pretty cool. If you have this Ozone, if I put it on the master, let's see what it says.
Isotope is great. I want to use the scaler. I want to try the scaler.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of good things about it.
Yeah,
Scalar 2 is out, I believe.
because it keeps your MIDI in scales or so.
Yeah, and everything in key for if you don't have like a music background, like music theory, then that's a really great plugin. I believe Aaron Volta, he also talked about it in the last.
Yeah, scalar. Yeah, and also you have this. I like to use the. Where is it? I like to use the Mixed in Key Studio Edition, which is also pretty nice. Which
Maybe it means that mixed in key is scalar or mixed in key.
Yeah, scalar is also. I'm not sure if I've missed the part where he talked about this, but I played an A minor, and you see this pads on A minor, so it actually knows this. It's really really cool. Mixed in Key Studio Edition is $50 or so. It's really cheap. And but scalar is pretty nice, and it's good to use a scalar anyway. Here's the mastering assistant. So if you play stuff, we play this mastering assistant, modern reference. We don't have reference. Just play the CD. Okay, now it's analyzing. It might get a bit glitchy. Let's see. You can't hear it. It's too heavy. Maybe I should freeze some stuff so we can hear it. Like, let's freeze this. Oh, it's sidechained. Oh, no, now it actually works. Freeze track. There you go. Remember back in the day when you couldn't freeze a track when it was sidechained? It was horrible. Ableton 9. Right. Okay.
Do you sometimes use the narrow EQ adjustments, notches? I see mixers do that all the time, but
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I haven't done it now because I haven't been really going into the mixing stage. But yeah, normally I would find some resonant peaks. I'll show you. I use FabFilter for this.
Yeah.
Especially when you make it, when you make house, like a raw house music, doesn't really matter. I don't do that so much. But with more musical stuff where you want to have a bit more of a clean mix, I would definitely advise you to take out the resonant peaks here and there. Let's see. Let me open the chat again. Nice bit crush effects. Yeah, this was really like a bit crusher. Yeah. Reverse vocals. It becomes Russian. Vincent. He has to go. Bye, Vincent. Shit, it's too late. Okay. MIDI fire twister. Yes, that's exactly it. It has push buttons as well. Really nice. Hope I didn't miss anything. Bye, Rob. Thank you for joining. Long time no see. Nice devices you have there.
Yeah, nice setup. Really nice setup. I already saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's building.
Good setup. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been building lots of stuff. He's got the Digitact. the man makes pretty.
Yeah, how is it digitally?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's nice. Yeah, I like more analog shit, you know.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. You should talk to Rob. Check him.
Ja,
Rob, are
maar
you?
dat was jij ook altijd toch, Camille, van analoog?
Yeah, but I sold a lot of stuff, and I sold
Ja.
a mixer, and I've been more in the box, man, and yeah, you know, but
Ja, I know. Ja, oké, ik snap het wel. Je bent vaak op reis en zo. Ja,
yeah, you can go pretty wild on the software stuff as well, you know.
ja. Ja, ik heb ook echt heel veel troep verkocht hoor. Zo.
Ik heb heel veel troep nog staan.
Look at Mike. Holy shit. Oh, you got the Moog mother.
Kijken? Even kijken, waar is Mike?
Oh, Moog shit.
Yeah, the other side is more the piano side, but this
Oh, nice. Wow.
Now we're in the phase of let me show you how big
Wow.
Hold on.
Jezus. Is een snoepwinkel.
Ja, zeker weten.
Lekker man.
Yeah, nice to make to have this stuff there. It's cool, you know. Hardware is nice to play around with and to fiddle around.
Crazy.
But yeah, if you
I've got the Moog Sub 37. I don't know how it works. It's
it's amazing. But the Sub 37 is one of the instruments I have a really hard time to recreate in software.
Yeah.
There's a lot. You don't need hardware. I really agree about that. It's all about inspiration. It's toys, of course, also.
Yeah.
But the Sub 37, I cannot recreate it in software. I just need it.
Yeah.
It's all about how you use it, not what you use.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Sure,
and it inspires me just so much more.
Maar gebruik jij al je apparatuur via MIDI of via USB? Mike?
Can you keep it in English, Jordi?
Oh, I use it in a combination of both MIDI, USB, and CV controlled. CV when I need tight timing, and yeah, it's a combination. Every instrument works different. Some has issues with media, some have issues with USB.
I think it's also a matter of interface, right? The interface for a hardware unit is usually built on being really nice to use. You know, like Electron has been working for many years since the mid-90s. They've been working on an interface which works amazing for live and has a great workflow. So if you manage to go through the learning curve of learning an Electron device, you have something that works perfectly for on stage, but also for the studio workflow. A friend of mine has the Octatrack, and I believe he has the analog rhythm, Robin Kampschoer, and the guy's amazing on it. You know, so for live, it's great to use it, and if you're fluent with it, it's going to be a really nice tool to have. All right,
Jesse's setup is sick also. He posted it on Facebook. He got a whole modular system. And
who?
Yeah.
Jesse Sub. Jesse Sub?
Oh, Jesse Sepp. Yeah, I said Jesse Sepp van Aalen. He was also part of the 4 Guys on Cave crew. This guy's ridiculous. He built his own fucking acid tripper. He built his own modular rack. It's ridiculous. It's really beautiful. All right,
nice.
Let's see.
Die ozone er bovenop CPU.
But you can hear like the skull, like really well done. That's dynamic EQ. You know, it knows like I had way too much low end apparently. It's also nice to see, you know, that you get up. Pretty cool to see that it's so funny. You see this curve? This curve is exactly this curve is exactly why because I have an Electron of a biodynamic headphone, you know, exactly where I have, you know, where I put too less of stuff in, you know, or too much of stuff in, it will take it out, which is funny.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It actually adds a starting point for you to work with. You know, this is a mastering assistant, which is great.
You
But
should put an inverse EQ on the master when you use your headphones.
yeah, I've got SonarWorks. You know, SonarWorks
Oh
really.
yeah.
SonarWorks really works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works. It works.
So yeah, that's it. You know, vsdcrack.com. Who's sharing this? Sending cracks here. Oh, that's not allowed, guys. You know.
Die is goed, ja. Ik heb er ook nog een paar hoor.
Yeah. But I'm not allowed to do these things, guys. I'm a certified trainer. I should not promote that stuff. It's not allowed. You should not do it. You should buy everything. Okay. So yeah, normally, oh yes, for the EQing part, you know, I would go and let's say I have, for instance, a baseline, you know, just to show you my I would definitely I wouldn't use the EQ8. Sorry, Ableton. I would use the Fab filter. And we bought the whole Fab filter bundle as well. I recently bought the new with the Pro Q and the Saturn 2, which is great. Because it has this option, which is great, because if you play it and you're gonna hover here and wait, it says exactly like here's this B. This might be resonant peak, so you just create a thing. There's your resonant peak already. You know, so doing this, you know, it gives you exactly where the spot is. D5, D4, maybe also. So you might want to take, and then I usually take like 2 to 3 dB out here, 3 dB out, and then
But is that because you shoot and learned it, or do you really hear the difference? I don't.
yeah, so it becomes a bit more. It becomes a bit more resonant.
Can you do it again? Mute it.
So what I can do is take it down. So basically, I would never take too much, but just a little bit will give it more space. It's just mud in the end. So from doing this, you know, and basically if you have more notes, if it goes up, also your resonances move, you know. I don't make too much work of it, but I do it sometimes to create more space, you know, because I also have a sub going on, you know, and maybe this guy, this ARP, you know, is also in that region. So
it's more like it adds up. So you will definitely hear the effect if you take them all off.
If you take a few away, you know, if you go here, say this guy is also an E, this is a D. Let's try this guy. You can take one of these, you know, and just take a little bit out. I don't take too much because at some point you might find that your sound's getting a bit thin. But what I usually do then is that what I just did, I would select them all. If it's too thin, you know, I use it sparingly, but if it's too thin, if I have it like this and I think it's too thin, I just select them all and make them a bit more up, you know. So
and do you do it on hi-hats also? Because I sometimes hit.
Yeah, sometimes on
hi-hats you should do it.
Especially on rides. Especially on rides. You know,
our 606s are like infamous for resonance.
Yeah, and when you think about 909 rides are insane. Insane how much resonance is in there, and you can really hear it. Yeah. So, but
the big difference is in the overall mix when you have all the layers on each other, when you don't cut the high frequencies, then you will notice it.
Yeah,
for sure.
So it depends, you know, depends on how raw. With the house, I never do it so much because with house, it just needs to be super raw. Otherwise, over processed house music is ugly. You know, it becomes really clinical. So, but with this music, you know, you should see Jaron. He makes this music, of course. He releases on some of the biggest labels of this sort of type of sound. And you know, I would definitely. Oh, this guy needs to be coming.
And when you're saturating sounds, also, then then it's necessary for sure.
This guy
do a lot of compression, saturation, etc. Also, the frequency will saturate with it, and if you won't do that, it will eventually.
Yeah, usually I do like a bit of taking away these guys, and later on
Always
add
cut a
some
little bit,
saturation.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you cut it a bit, then afterwards you can add some saturation.
Okay.
It's very-
So it's good to do before you saturate. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually do it before I saturate. Depends.
Yeah.
I always saturate this always
Yeah.
of the groups, but for like on the hi-hats and stuff, it's nice to have this done and then saturate, because then you're actually it's only emphasizing the good frequencies, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will clean up. It will clean up a lot, you know. And also, like you know, I haven't really used yet, but maybe this djembe. Maybe I want to have them.
Yeah, the biggest difference, you hear it in the overall mix. So when all the sounds come together, and when you have a lot of things in the mid or in the high, and you don't cut it, you will hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also here this.
That's when you'll hear the big change.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
guy you have here, this rim shot. Maybe I don't want it. Maybe I want it more like ticky instead of boom, boom.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
but this I can follow, right? This is very audible. But those nudge things always puzzles me.
yeah, you gotta really close your eyes and listen to it. You know, just
And at Ableton, you got the headphone button. If you press on it, it gets blue, and then you
yeah, they can do the
only hear
same. Yeah,
you only hear the resonant frequency.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, but then it's still artificial. You can't you can hear the resonant frequency, but
Yeah, you have to be careful, because if you don't do it the right way, the frequency, it will move a little bit, you know. So the resonant frequency, if you cut it too much or not on the right spot, then it will move a little bit. So then a little bit on the left or right, there will be the resonance a little bit higher.
But you have ook sound
You
that
have to
does that automatically, right? It
Yeah.
moves along with the resonant peaks.
Yeah. This plugin that moves with it. Yeah, I've tried it, but I didn't like it because I could hear it like sort of go through the frequencies and create resonance. But it's
Okay.
it's pretty interesting how this stuff works, and you can yeah, it's also a matter of taste. You know what I really like to watch? There's this one. This there we go. This Bob Power mixing masterclass. These are really nice to watch. This guy, and they have a lot. There's and this guy says,
So
yeah,
you can always get back quickly to what.
and he's funny because at some point he says like, yeah, I take some stuff out, and basically if the note changes, the resonance moves with the new note, and you have to make a dip there. And I know Jaron sometimes creates like 4 EQs and moves the resonance with every note that's been played. But this guy Bob Power says, yeah, you know, I'm not gonna make an EQ for every note that's being played. You know, I just take a few ones out, and we shouldn't take out too much because it becomes too thin. You know, again, there's no truth in mixing. Mixing is always over analyzed, I think, you know. And I don't make a lot of dips, you know. I now did it just to show you, but I'm not sure if I even would make a dip, maybe 1 or 2. I usually do 1 per sound if I really need to do it, 1 or 2 per sound, but not like dipping all over the place, because I think it makes the sound way more thin. But on hi-hats or sounds that are pretty sharp, I try to EQ it. If that doesn't work or it becomes too thin, I might slap a compressor with a fast attack on it to take away that initial sharp thing, you know. That's it basically, you know. I don't try to overcomplicate things. I try to keep it simple. Then again, I don't consider myself a super good mixer, you know. I always send it to a friend to have a look at it, or he said like, Jaron, he will give me feedback. Ari, my good friend, will give me feedback on the volume, you know. And I think it all starts with having a good volume balance, you know. If your volume balance is good and you keep that way, it doesn't matter so much whatever other stuff you do, you know. A good mix starts with a really good volume balance, you know, and that's I think the most important part. And the sound should all fit color-wise, you know, otherwise you get a really weird sound. So yeah, cool. Yeah, everybody. Let me stop this. I hope you enjoyed this this journey with me. I really liked it. You know, we should do this more often. And we're helping the planet, and you're helping me, and I hope you've learned something.
Thank you so much, Camille.
Oh, well, definitely did.
Yeah, right.
Thank you very much, Camille.
Yeah, thank you for sticking around. I have I have a beginner's class of Ableton starting, or a master class actually. Like it's a 3-hour class. So if you know anybody that likes to follow this, it's the same
Yuri.
principle, and it's like 15. Yeah, Yuri can use. It's 15 euros, and same thing, but then it's like a 3-hour beginner's class. So if you know anybody that wants to get into it and wants to get an easy peek into Ableton, spread the word.
I will do some promo.
Yeah, if you want, it would be
No
great.
promo.
And I hope to see you some other time. And good luck with the music. Keep me posted on if you make
Yeah, stay healthy, everybody.
Cool.
Oh,
Okay. Have a
Okay.
nice night.
Have
Thank
a nice
you for
night.
tuning in.
Thanks a lot, Camille.
Later.
Nice after party, Yuri.
yeah, thanks man. Shoo.
Doei.
Dag.
Bye, Aga.
Bedankt.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Annemarie.
Dag. Dag man.
Ga je eruit dan?
Ja,
Ja,
I
ik zit
can't
ook te
leave you, bro.
zoeken.
There you go.